This is going to be one of the most fun series of the entire first round. Tampa, Montreal, the big bad Lightning, multiple cup winners versus the team on the ascent, which should be the most dominant team in the Atlantic Division, up there with Buffalo, I guess, over the next decade. Before we get into our preview of it, though, let's talk about the Spark bracket. I just quickly want to mention that we have a huge bracket going on in SDPN. Click the link below, sign up. It's easy. There's even a Spark app. Download that. And all we want to do is give you a gigantic prize. Over 10,000 people signed up in like 4 days last year. It was a massive prize then. It's going to be even bigger this year. We're really pumped about it. So, Tampa, Montreal, just like I guess we could have maybe seen it. I don't know. It's a weird one if you're looking at it from a September perspective.
Yeah, I wouldn't. The only way I would have predicted it is if Tampa won the division and Montreal was the wild card.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's if you were at the beginning of the season, say how this would fare. That's probably it.
Maybe we didn't see the train coming that was the Montreal Canadiens and the Buffalo Sabres. Both overachieved, and both of their overachievements led to the series. Maybe not overachieved. Choo-choo indeed.
So they're almost like identical in the regular season. But the one thing you can say about Tampa is that they had a lot more injuries. And so
Can you?
I think you can. They had a ton of injuries. I guess if you count, I guess Montreal did if you count Kirby Dach, but that's sort of like the free space.
And Line
Line
No, I know what you mean. Tampa's maybe had more guys.
key injury, yeah. And they're older. And you do kind of start to wonder with Tampa, how many more years with this group of guys before they find a bunch of other studs and continue this incredible run that they're on?
Adam, you're ignoring the fact that Tampa got younger by acquiring a guy who was drafted when we were in grade 9.
That's right.
In
Corey
Perry.
Yeah, we'll start with the forward groups because Montreal has an incredible forward group. So does Tampa. You're talking about Cirelli and Kucherov and Point and Gensel and Suzuki and Caulfield and Demidov and Philip Deneau, who's a monster on the defensive end in the playoffs, as we know really well here in Toronto.
He's been contributing offensively as well since they got him.
Absolutely. I kind of question guys like, who do you give the edge to here? This is Nick Suzuki gets 100 points for the sixth time in Habs history all time. Caulfield gets a 50-goal season. But on the other side, you got Hart candidate, probably should win it, Nikita Kucherov.
Yeah.
And a few Olympians on that Tampa team.
If you get the best player in a deal, you win the trade. Like, should it be the team with Nikita Kucherov by default? I think everything completely healthy, I give the edge to Tampa. But we know for a fact it's not. Am I allowed to say dead heat, or do I got to pick?
I mean, you could say dead heat. Sure.
Screw it. The Habs.
Oh.
I'm surprised too, man.
Jesse, do you agree with him?
Cirelli, Kucherov, Point, Gensel, Hagel is Gord, Paul.
It's insane.
It's Corey Perry. It's pretty ridiculous when you run down the names.
Yeah.
But the Montreal Canadiens match it in the same way I think 4 lines for the Canadiens are dangerous.
One of the things, though, for Tampa, Jesse, is that they, on paper, are tougher than Montreal, right? You've got the Worm with Corey Perry. You've got Nick Paul. You've got Scott Sabrin. You've got Zemgus Girgensons. Yanni Gourd's kind of a bastard too, right? Like he's mean.
Kinda.
Yeah. Like so, Jess. When you talk about toughness up front, forechecking, playoffs, and Steve, I'm coming to you next. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that matchup?
I don't think the Canadiens are going to get bullied. I don't think that's how Tampa's going to win this series, because if Tampa wants to play that physical game, the Canadiens can, and I think they're just going to be focused on scoring goals and doing what they can. Plus, if they want guys to see red and go at people, they have their people that they can go at Tampa with.
They can, at any moment, if they need to shift the series, release the Jack Eyes.
Yeah.
Where were you the day you found out there were 2 of them? Like that is a very interesting lever that the Habs could pull in a series like this. And I don't know if that'll be game 1. Neither might play.
Well, I'll tell you, Montreal sure looked a lot better with Xhekaj in the lineup against Washington last season. Not that was a great series by any stretch. It was kind of boring, actually. But when Arbor got in, It was, I know it's on defense, but still, it was. It adds that extra element.
Listen, let's cut through it. Is there going to be another fight on the bench?
I hope so. I absolutely hope so. Also, for the Montreal Canadiens guys, some vets, like real vets, Josh Anderson, Brandon Gallagher. What do they bring?
Well, Josh Anderson brings prolific scoring against teams that exclusively wear blue and white. So he's going to do pretty well there. But like, Caulfield went to the Stanley Cup final.
Yes, he did.
Suzuki went to the Stanley Cup final. There's a surprising amount of the DNA of that team, despite the upheaval that the roster has gone through since then, that's still around, right? So Tampa has got obviously insane miles, insane resumes, and all that in recent memory. But you got to remember the team that they went up against was these guys.
Yeah.
And they're not kids anymore.
Jesse, looking at the Habs defense, there's a notable absence. And it looks like he might not even be available until midway through the first round, if at all. That's Noah Dobson. Now, you still have Lane Hudson. You still have Xhaka. You've got Gooley. Reinbacher's been playing some games. Strudel's there, but that's a big hole. Can they manage that?
It's really unfortunate that they won't have Dobson. Mike Matheson and Lane Hudson, like, they've been so steady back there. They're going to do a lot of the heavy lifting and fill in those gaps. But it's really unfortunate that the season played out so well for the Canadiens, and then right at the end you have this injury. That's the way the world works, but I would have loved to see Dobson in the series.
That's the problem, man. Like, the margins are so slim in this division and in this series. Like, whatever you were thinking heading into the series, now knowing Dobson's hurt, it had to have swayed your opinion at least a bit.
Yeah.
Victor Hedman will be back for the Lightning for Game 1. That was a question, but he's going to be back. He took a personal leave of absence at the end of the season. Coupled that, Victor Hedman's older now, but still extremely effective. You've also got career years, not only from Darren Radish, who everybody's talking about because he's a UFA at the end of this year, but J.J. Moser as well, and some veteran presence back there with McDonough and Cernak as well, too. That's a pretty ugly 5-6 guys.
Well, here's the thing. Darren Radish has made himself a lot of money this season. In the playoffs, you can make even more.
You can also lose it.
You can also lose it. And what I don't want to hear about, Mr. Radish, is you spending money with each passing playoff game. Listen, Hudson's great. Having all of Hudson, Dobson, and Matheson is an embarrassment of riches. They don't have him anymore, right? They're not going to have Dobson for. It seems very unlikely he makes an appearance this round. If it goes 6 or 7,
Carrier might be back. So that's good.
That would be a
missed him
boost.
since the end of March.
That would be a boost for
be.
sure. But I don't know how you don't give the advantage to Tampa, all things equal.
Jesse, whose defense core, when fully healthy, let's assume Dobson and Carrier are back in the lineup at least by the end of the series. Who are you picking? Who's got the edge? Lane Hudson's on this lineup,
A healthy Montreal is what I'm.
Well,
is what I'm
he
working
can only
on.
be somewhat healthy. I mean, I don't think Tampa's fully healthy either.
Does Montreal have the best single defenseman in the series?
I think
Do
Tampa.
you want Hedman or do you want Lane Hudson?
Hedman?
Sheesh. I mean, it's the playoffs. The one who's won so much, so unbelievably much, who's also like 200 billion pounds,
170
6'6".
career playoff games.
So
170 goofball playoff games.
And how many points in that time? Just guess.
170, you said?
Yeah.
100.
Jesse, how many points does Hedman have in 170 career playoff games?
80.
120.
No, my goodness.
That's a performer.
That's ridiculous.
Now-
So if on the first pairing there, you're giving the advantage to Hedman, and then it's like Matheson, Hudson, and the Hedman pairing. So then below that, you're probably going advantage McDonough and Cernak. And then if I've given the advantage on 2 of the 3 lines, I'm probably leaning towards Tampa.
Yeah. Listen, Hudson can easily take that baton and run with it by the end of the series.
He hasn't yet.
He hasn't yet. No. And it would be disrespectful to one of the greatest defensemen of his generation to not say him without watching him lose first.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. So who are you giving the edge to? Defense?
On D, Tampa.
Jesse?
Tampa, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And in goal. Now, this is an
Tampa.
interesting one.
No, skip it. Tampa.
Well, to start the season, it would have been unthinkable that Montreal would do this well and Sam Montembeault not be a part of the picture, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not a part of the picture at all. He might not.
There might be an injury and he might not play.
He might not play again for the Habs. We just don't know. But Dobish has stepped in and been great. They've gotten what they needed out of Fowler so far, I think. Vasilevsky is the gold standard, though.
Again, the best goaltender of his generation.
Jesse?
Dobish is playing very well, but Vasilevsky might win the Vezina this year. It's either him or Kemper, so you're probably leaning towards Vasilevsky.
He could retire today and be in the Hall of Fame. He could have retired 4 years ago and been in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dobish is great. Halak Spring could very much sprung again. But, I mean, Vasi's crazy. Now, here's something I will point out, and this is a little wrinkle from one of the Leafs Lightning playoff series that will be very relevant to the Montreal Canadiens. Derek Lalonde, who was Tampa Bay assistant coach, ended up becoming Leafs assistant coach, went on Hockey Night in Canada, and he talked about the success the Leafs were having because a weakness they identified in Andrei Vasilevsky was shots from distance through traffic. What
Montreal
else do
can
you
do that.
have Lane Hudson for?
Montreal can do that. Yep.
And Matheson.
Yep.
That could be a very interesting challenge for the Lightning.
Okay. So,
Don't forget shots from Dobish. You can't get more distance than that.
yeah, Dover should just take them all.
Yeah.
All right. So this is
That's
crunch time.
brilliant.
This is the serious one. Okay. So, who do you give the edge to? It's notable that both of these teams were out in 5 games in the first round last year. I don't think this series goes anything less personally than 7. But maybe you guys disagree. Who do you have and how many games?
Every series we've done so far, I'm like, can we just get 7? That's all I want. All I want out of this series is 7. I'm going to go. No, screw it. 7 games. Montreal has arrived.
Wow.
I'm
Steve
surprised
Dangle.
too.
Jesse Blake? Actually, you know what? No, you're last.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to say 7 games. And I'm also I'm dying here. I'm leaning Montreal. Do I go veteran?
Say what you think.
My question is the coaching. John Cooper's a master in the playoffs. I'll go Tampa. 7. Tampa for 7. Jesse Blake. Habs Panderer in chief.
I thought we were going to have 3 for 3. I'll go Montreal in 7.
Okay, here we go. So check it out. Remember to download the Spark app. And as always, definitely hold us to all of these takes. You know,
All of them.
This is our, and in fact, if your team wins, it's our fault as much as if your team loses, it's our fault. Hey, did you like the thing you just watched?
Was it hilarious?
Was it informative?
Was it me?
Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we am I? Our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we am I? I think it's sane, I think it's logical. What I don't you find? Are we am I? As time goes by, I'll be a slip away. Should I
Oui. 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 Bonjour et bienvenue, mes amis. Steve Dangle ici. Le premier match pour la Montreal Canadiens. That exhausts my French. Steve Dangle here. You know what I should learn? The French phrase for all aboard! Choo-choo! The Habs train! Coming through the station. I said the station. I didn't even mean to do that. La gare. Le métro. The Habs train is coming through. Ostino17 says choo choo. Francois Labelle says, where's your Habs jersey, Steve? Choo choo. I realized I don't have one. Also, last time I wore one, people got real so weird about it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Francois Labelle, go Habs, go choo choo. He also says, where's your Habs logo emoji? He also says, got Korean takeout, 2 times half matzah, half hot dog, Korean corn dog, chipotle sauce, 1 kilogram. That can't be right. Kilogram yang wem fried chicken. I am set for the choo-choo, fighting for love. Francois Labelle's all over the chat to start this. Just got home from watching the Frost get trounced by the Scepters and ready for more hockey. And, of course, Francois Labelle. Saint Gâteau sent 5 SDPN gift memberships. Merci beaucoup, mes amis. Mon ami. You're mes amis, but Francois is mon ami. I'm learning. I'm like what, level 17? Duolingo French? I'm learning. I'm doing okay. My wife and I, we sat at the bar for a very rare night out last night. And it was at a place, it was called Parquet. And the bartender was French, like Parisian French. And I'm like, oh man. And when I wanted the bill, I'm like, I know how to ask for that. L'addition, s'il vous plaît. Did I say that? No. Because I don't know what the French word for shy is. But that's me. Gâteau is cake. What am I thinking of? Cadeau. Cadeau. And I know that because I make fun of a friend of mine who has the last name Cadeau. Can you say puck luck? I can't, but I can say ma parole. I was told to say that if something amazing happens tonight. Your French is poo-poo, Steve. They say merde. Game 1. Round 1. Le Canadien de Montréal visite the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, the Florida teams are really good at this, so let's see if they do it tonight. They go, here's the Canadian anthem. And then they parade out a bunch of people with like trumpets and stuff. And they go, and now the real anthem. Let's see if they do it tonight. Drew, I would like to see the lineup for La Canadienne de Montréal, s'il vous plaît. Top line, Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, Juraj Slafkovsky. Alexandre Texier, Alex Newhook, Ivan Demidov, Zach Bolduc, Oliver Kapanen, Kirby Doc, Jake Evans, Philip Danault, Josh Anderson is a formidable fourth line for Le Canadien de Montréal. Formidable, indeed. But what do we got the rest of the way? Yeah, here it is. Now, the real anthem. Oh, they love it. They can't help it. All right, get this poutine BS out of the way. All right. Okay, and now the real anthem. Is it disrespectful? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. The regiment season ends after losing in the quarterfinals in 6 games, says Death Eater. Zut alors. Francois Labelle. Overall, your French is improving. Keep it up. Let's go. I'm mad they're not doing the anthem in French for Montreal. You should be grateful they're doing the anthem at all. That's the vibe. We need poutine BS shirts. I'm into it. But are the people into it? Your French is pretty good, not gonna lie. I'm trying. All you can do is try. Je veux un croissant. And then I think it's nous voulons les croissants. Vous voulez les croissants. Je mange le croissant. Steve, where was your Habs shirt? Is Corey Perry crying? No, he's just really into it. Steve, where's your Habs shirt? I knew this wouldn't be enough. Pulling nearly every piece of Habs memorabilia I have in the house. It's never enough. When Steve picked the Avs to win the Cup, I immediately said, damn it, Drew. Drew sent me lots of bad words. He was very upset about it. Tampa Bay Lightning lineup. Oh, he put his voice in the video? Sorry. Gage Goncalves, Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov, Brandon Hagel, Anthony Cirelli, Jake Gensel, Zemgus, Gergen Sons. Remember there was a hip-hop song made about him? That's a deep cut. Gergensons, Yanni Gord, Nick Paul. Oh my God, that's annoying. Connor Geeky, Dominic James, and Corey Perry. Also annoying. Tampa is going to be annoying. And Montreal's got to be ready for it. Dobish in net for Le Canadien de Montréal. Andrei Vasilevsky in net for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Le premier match. Round 1. Montréal. Tampa Bay. Ma parole. Sunday evening hockey. What a way to start the playoffs. Wes Richard gifting 10 SDPN gift memberships. Merci beaucoup, mon ami. Puck is dropped. And Montreal wins the opening faceoff. Lane Hudson can't get it deep. It's putting around the neutral zone. Tampa sends it in for Cirelli. Throws. Oh! Dobish had difficulty handling that one, but he does. And we got a little bit of a mix-up in front of the net. Only a little one. Just 12 seconds in. That was a weird one. Slavkovsky's a big fella. D-zone draw, Suzuki Cirelli. I don't know why I had to say it that way. I just like it. Cirelli's going to get kicked out of the draw here for Gensel. Puck is dropped. One back. Up the ice. Slaff. Hard around. Caulfield after it. Big collision with Hedman. The first period of any playoff series. Whoa! Gooley steps into Gensel. Now here come the Lightning. It's McDonough. Can't get through. A wall of Habs as the Lightning change. Gooley. Can you pause the stream? I am waiting for my friend Josh to come over. No! Diane, thank you for 5 STPN memberships. Hudson, Gooley. Up. Evans. Anderson in there. Very good against teams wearing blue and white. Worth mentioning, it's usually the Leafs. Worth mentioning. Struble. Up the ice into the feet of the Lightning defender. Here they come. Gord. Oh, terrible drop pass. Right onto the stick of Evans. But the Habs wanted to change, so Vasilevsky will play it. Kucherov. Up the ice. Here's Point with speed. Point stops up. Point waiting for help. Point in front. Habs can't take it off Kucherov. Oh, boy. Lightning getting set up. They throw it on. That's a stop. Matheson. Here comes Demidov. Tries to chip it to himself. Is he going to win this foot race? Radish is there. New Hook helping Demidov. Steve Dangle here on the SCPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Kucherov stepped into, but he makes the pass anyway. Oh, there's a nice pass. Just over the shoulder of Dobish, but also over the net. Habs looking a little nervous in their own end early. Dobish. Matheson. Is St. Louis jersey in the Tampa rafters? I think so. And if not, it ought to be. Texier, Kapanen digging in there. There's Dominic James. Tampa so good at just finding who is that guys and turning them into something. Dominic James is one of them. Oh, in front, what a move! Off the side of the net is Corey Perry. Been to the Stanley Cup final with both these teams and did not win with either of them. Oh, there's a Lightning player down in a heap in front of the Habs net, and they can't get up. And now they're going to blow this thing dead. It's Dominic James, and oh boy, he's in a bad way. This looks like a straight to the room kind of thing, and he's holding his ankle. Lilleberg helping him off the ice. Oh boy. What was that? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to see what happened. That was a great move by Perry. Where's your Habs jersey? You can still borrow mine. Oh, that's my goalie. How you doing, Josh? Oh, did he get stepped on? Let me rewind. Or was it Craig Simpson said knee on knee. I think there was a collision and there could have been knee stuff. I think he might have got stepped on. We'll have to wait for an update there, but Dominic James has left this game, and I don't expect him to return based on his reaction there. I guess we'll see. Gooley handling it in his own end. A lot of refuse suck going on in Tampa. And they are right for the wrong reasons, but they are blanket, they're correct. Habs, work it back to the point. Hudson keeps it alive to Evans. Gooley. Cycle against Tampa. Lightning 3 shots. Habs still looking for their first. And it's not going to come here. Dastu. Around. Here comes Brandon Hagel, Canadian Olympian, taking the puck from Lilleberg. He gets around Caulfield. Hagel. Alone in front, Chernak! Stopped by Dobish, he's way out of the net! But taken out with possession and poise. Slevkovsky puts it on, almost catches Vasilevsky unprepared. The Lightning get out of their zone, but not with possession. Trading awkward chances. Slav, that's offside. Against the Montreal Canadiens. Wow, wow, wow. Some nervous energy from Dobish early. It is a great save. And thank God there wasn't a rebound. Or rather, it was collected. It was, yeah. Listen, Chernak's a good player, but of all the guys on Tampa who could be taking that shot, you take that trade. They just reduced the Habs shot total to 0. That is wrong. And we know that because we saw them just get one. Habs chipping in, new hook after it against Radish. Oh, awkward hit. Lightning get out. And that hits, I believe, someone on the Tampa bench. So we'll get a face-off. 15:07 to go in the first. Most wins in a rookie season. Ken Dryden, Bill Durnan, Jacques Plante. Ken Dryden had 39, Durnan 38, Plante 33. Dobish had 29, says the Sportsnet broadcast. That's that company's okay. It's okay. Wow. Jacob Fowler backing up. No Montembeault, which is not how I thought things would have been going to start the season. Hagel, good poise there. To Gensel, on. That's deflected wide. And Tampa will lose the zone. Gensel playing it in his own end. Habs stifle the breakout. Suzuki finds Slav. Slav loses the puck. Chernak hard on him. Caulfield can't center it. Chernak almost turns it over, and Tampa just shovels it into the Montreal zone. There was a big hit behind the play, something that got the reaction of fans. Now here comes Montreal's breakout. New hook! He's got Demidov with him! Misses the net wide. Wow, that came out of nowhere. But now here come the Lightning with numbers. Pass awkwardly handled. They'll have to battle for it now. Gooley battling. Texier in there. Tampa fans standing, screaming. Habs can't get out of their zone here. New hook trying to calm things down a little. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. Bullduk remembers to dump, forgets to chase. And that'll be icing against Tampa, 13-31 to go in the first. Corrupted said, Avalanche win, let's go. Glad you're streaming games. Drew, what do you think of Colorado's performance in game 1? Power play stinks, but it's only game 1, he says. What was the final score? I was a little busy. 2-1 final. 5-1 win, 5-0 win, 2-1 win. They're all the same in the playoffs. On. Deflected like crazy. The Lightning come up with it, and they'll chip it in. Jack Eye knocks the stick out of Gergenson's hands. Here comes Caulfield. Suzuki hands it off. Hudson on. That doesn't make its way through. Hudson is going to be so important in this series, especially against Vasilevsky, who sometimes struggles with shot from distance. Jack-Eye can't handle that pass. Almost a break for the Lightning. I think I might have said Hudson when it was Struble. 47-48. That's going to piss me off all series. Slav. There's 76. Bolduc. Another tricky pass. I might, Drew. Habs hard around. Kapanen fighting for it. Bulldog in there. Point in there. Now Doc is going to have to fight for this thing. Kucherov. like he was in the morning shower, gets it out of the zone. Not Nikita Kucherov's first Stanley Cup playoff game. Something tells me he won't have the jitters. Puck is under Darren Radish. They dig it out. Lightning's forecheck, hard and relentless, trying to force mistakes, and they almost create one there. That's Hudson. And this is a partial 2-on-1 for Montreal. Bulldog, he has Evans. Shovels that well high over Vasilevsky. You're better off keeping that low there, bud. Another board battle. And welcome to Tampa Bay Lightning hockey. That's going to be every game for 4 to 7 of them. Nice shot from Hudson. Nice save from Vasilevsky. 11-11, make a wish to go in the first period. Dobish plays the puck to Gooley. Harassed by Gergensons. Demidov up the ice. Deflected. And they're going to call that icing with 10:58 to go in the first against the Montreal Canadiens. Radish already cut open. Already missed the first commercial break because of these icings. Thank you, Drew. I like your Habs wall, but you should paint it red. I'm just paying homage to their original colors. Remember to dump, forget to chase. Is this a Craig Berube team? Whoa, 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 whoa. My Cool says, go Habs, go. It's going around. It's going around. Lightning win that draw in the Habs zone. On through traffic. That's deflected. Doesn't make its way through. Battle in the corner. Anderson lays a healthy hit on Chernak, who's very active to start this series. Hall. Where is it? Behind the Habs net now. That's Deno. Noted Alan Walsh client. Caden Gooley. Demidov. Wow. What a little run there for Demidov. Can't get the shot off. 10:20 to go in the first. Here comes Hagel. He got a haircut. He's going 1-on-4 as the Lightning change. And it works. Habs can't get out of their zone. Good work from Hagel there. But the Lightning lose it. And now they defend the breakout. Into the corner to Vasilevsky's glove side. Slavkovsky rocks Gensel. Matheson knocks that down. Handles it. Matheson has it swatted away. Suzuki stifles the breakout. Whoa, that's got to be too many men. Yeah, that's too many men for sure against the Tampa Bay Lightning. 9:23 to go in the first period. Sloppy from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, that's a painfully obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So who was that? Yeah. Montreal Canadiens power play when we return. Steve Dangle here. Steve Dangle ici. On the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Drew says he has a cool stat for us. I love a cool stat, Drew. NHL ranks since trade deadline. Where did you get this? Twitter. He says, Dobish, better goals against than Vasilevsky, better save percentage than Vasilevsky, better slot save percentage than Vasilevsky, and better goal save above expected than Vasilevsky. Now, Vasilevsky is top 10 in all of those categories, literally all of them. Dobish is top 5. And in goals saved above expected, he is top 1. Difficult to top that. Powered by Sport Logic. Blue White Flame says, let's bring the cup back to Vegas. Go Knights, go. Beg your pardon? Beg your pardon? Listen, the last time I remember streaming Habs games, I seem to recall they lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning, but also they beat the brakes off the Vegas Golden Knights. Seem to recall. They're showing some highlights from the last 2 Lightning Panthers series. And I'm amazed that those handshake lines did not result in literal fistfights. Corey Perry in the box to serve this bench miner for Tampa. 9:23 to go in the first. Cirelli versus Suzuki. And a funny bounce off the wall. Montreal comes up with the puck. Tampa gets right rid of it. Habs have a very good power play. 10th ranked on the season. Tampa's penalty kill, even better. 3rd in the NHL. Here's Hudson. Caulfield. Suzuki with speed. Caulfield can't get it back. And so they'll have to go get it. Sports Talk Chud. Habs benefiting from a too many men penalty in the playoffs. As a Bruins fan, I definitely never heard that one before. The playoffs. They're great for trauma. Montreal. Boy, really having a hard time with this entry here against Tampa. 45 seconds in and absolutely nothing to show for it. Hudson. Demidov. Hands it off. They get in, Suzuki, and now the Habs get set up. Caulfield down low. Slafkovsky in front. But it's Suzuki with it in the corner. Gets it to Caulfield. Back to Hudson, who handles it. Down low. Slav! Oh, that was almost nasty. Covered up by Vasilevsky. And Slafkovsky not engaging in the post-whistle stuff. Decent amount of lumber there from Gergensons. And look for this Lilleberg. One of the biggest players in the league. He's wearing a cage. Don't want to collide with that thing. That would hurt. Cirelli against Doc. Doc comes up with that. In front! Oh, how did he score that? Where did that go? 8:01 to go in the first. I thought Doc was on the doorstep. New hook to the point. How didn't this go in? Oh, that's a great stick from, I think it's Cernak. It could have been Vasilevsky's. It might have actually been Vasilevsky's paddle. 39 seconds to go in this power play. 8:01 to go in the first. Tampa wins that. Hagel. Bagel gets rid of it. Dobish out of his net to play it. 30 seconds to go in this Habs power play. Hudson getting booed every time he touches the puck. Welcome to being a star in this league, kid. Habs screw it up. Tampa. You know what? Montreal probably lucky to avoid a hook there because Tampa would have had a 2-on-1. Montreal with 10 seconds to go. Going to try to get something going here. Bolduc. Off the side of the net. Doc shoveling it. Penalty has expired. Habs still have it. Shot! New hook. I thought that went out of play. It did not. Tampa. Perry's got it. He's going one-on-one with Matheson. Matheson. Stops up. Flubs it. In front, Radish. Rebound. Oh, what a glorious chance for Tampa. Now here comes Montreal. Fire wagon hockey. That one goes wide. Dunno. Matheson. around. A little bit of jitters early on from both, and a roofer! What a shot from Josh Anderson, the opening goal of this playoff series. Ma parole, Josh Anderson. 1-0. Le Canadien de Montréal. 6:36 to go in the first. Wow. Goncalves set up Radish there. What a save from Dobish. Great work. Goncalves stripped by Carrier, and alone in front was Josh Anderson. Short side, chip right over the glove of Vasilevsky, and it's a 1-0 Habs lead in game one. And they bat it down again. That's Slav. That one goes wide. Wow. Uh-oh, miscommunication. Here comes Gensel. Gooley fighting for it. Suzuki just gets rid of it. Choo-choo says 1069. Francois Lebel sent 5 SDPN memberships. Steve, your call is 100% better than the broadcast. Eh? You said it, not me. Shout out Chris Cuthbert. I do like him. Habs betting. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Sicko reporting for duty, Chief, says Meme Empress. So Marty spent the last month gaslighting Anderson into thinking they were playing the Leafs, eh? He sure did. I told you how he performs against blue and white teams. Demidov. New hook. Here comes Tampa. And there is a pending penalty, I believe, for a trip that we saw in the D zone. Yeah, Tampa's going to go to their first power play. Was it New Hook? Yeah, Montreal's had a few close calls. He didn't like it. Oh, New Hook, so close to scoring. He just throws his stick out and trips. I believe that's Connor Geeky. And after this commercial break, it'll be a Tampa power play. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Francois Lebel, not perturbed by the penalty kill. 3 broom emojis. Habs in 4. Choo-choo. Keith Pelly needs to stop. I think that's enough. No, he's got to stop being so memeable. Was that? Do I have a train conductor hat? That is unfortunately not something I have in my bag. You know what? Train conductor hat. Yo, there's one that comes with a whistle, but it's $51. I don't think I need a whistle either, Drew. That is a Confederate hat, and that's not what I asked for at all. Nope. So, okay, Pinnacle. Okay, this is a train hat. It has a picture of a train on it. And importantly, it says adult men's hat. Because my guess is most of these are made for children. So there's a blue and white one. There's a blue and gray one. There's a navy and white one. Just got a Super Mario hat. What do we think of that? I'm ordering it. At the business expense. No, personal no. That's a business expense. What are we talking about? Arrives tomorrow. Place your order. Here we go. Tampa wins that draw. Point. Kucherov. Radish. On. Blocked. It's in the corner. This Tampa power play is bloody chaos. They're very good at, even if they don't score, you're going to be exhausted by the end of it. Kucherov plays it to Radish. Kucherov down low to Gensel. Kucherov shoots that. Can't get it through. Oh my goodness. Gensel had a yawning cage. Gensel gets it to Kucherov. Kucherov. Over one-timer from Radish. That doesn't make its way through. Kucherov. Gensel. Radish doesn't receive that cleanly. Kucherov. Oh, off the end board, and it hits the back of the net. Kucherov on. Anderson will get rid of it. 45 seconds to go in this power play. Always brag when you can, says Francois Lebel. That's just good advice for life. 4 minutes to go in the first period. Now it's 35 seconds to go. Kucherov hands it back. Points. Good defense of the blue line here from Montreal. Tampa does breach. Kucherov. Oliver Kapanen off the glass. That was perfect from Kapanen. I might have called it Kucherov. I'm not sure. Radish. Bagel. Hagel. Habs just turn him around. Here's the dregs of the power play. Penalty has expired. Montreal kills that one off and hold on to the 1-0 lead here late in the first. Struble. Tampa holds the zone. Cernak. Oh. Gord. Newhook almost took another one there for delay a game. Doc chips it in. Bullduk fighting Destu. Oh! What a collision! Cernak and Doc. Habs have it at the point. That doesn't make its way through. That was Jack-Eye. Dobish well out of his net to play it. Whoop-a-day. Plays it. He had Gord bearing down on him. Struble. Up. Oh, what a pass to Slav. Tampa. Oh, is this going to be another penalty? And I believe they're calling it interference. And Slav is furious. I thought that was going to Caulfield. That's a horrible call. And you'll notice right away, Tampa, and I mean this as a compliment, have the yappiest mouths in the NHL. And I'm not pandering to the Habs. You know, I've said this for a long time. Leafs played 2 series against them, 2022, 2023. Yap. They are the most vocal litigators in the NHL. Florida brutalizes you. Tampa litigates. They are 2 completely different brands of exhausting. Neither is an easy out. Riddick says, go Habs, and shout out to the Kitchener Rangers winning OHL playoff round 2. Oh, wow. From a friend of mine, Robert Aguri. Dobish freaks me out when he plays the puck. Same. Now, where is he from? Jakub Dobish. Yep. Ostrava, Czech Republic. Czech goalies love a side quest. You're like, hey, I want to have a relaxing day. And Czech goalies are like, I bet you do. But have you considered wee? I don't mean it as an insult. The tailgate in Buffalo for the Sabres-Bruins game. They're beating up those MMA dummies dressed in Bruins gear. That's funny. That's funny. I would expect nothing less of Buffalo. Tampa just had a power play, didn't convert. Is this the second unit? No. Gensel to take the draw. 2:23 to go in the first. Evans won that, but Tampa was on it. Oh, Dobish makes that save. 4 seconds in, we'll have another faceoff. Tampa probably pretty pleased with that set play there. Well executed. What do we got coming up at intermission, Drew? Oilers Ducks series preview. Trivia's at second intermission. Got it. 2:18 to go in the first. Tampa comes up with that one again. Gensel, Radish. A lot of chasing. Point. Funnels it to the point. Radish. Hands it off. Hagel. Can't get that pass through. Habs get rid of it. Vasilevsky opting to stay in the net. Quarter killed. Here, Radish with the puck in his own end. He hands it to Point. Point hands it to Kucherov. Slick. God, he's smooth. Gensel. Radish. Gensel. Cooch. Gensel. Radish. Stopped by Dobish, and we'll get another faceoff. 1:07 to go in this power play. Yeah, there's just no traffic. There's no traffic there. It does go perilously close to Dobish's privates. Tampa comes up with that draw. Oh, Radish just holds it. Point. Bagel. Down low. Point. Swatted away from him. Kucherov commands so much space. Gensel! Where does that go? Out of play. And Gensel, frustrated there. 1:07 to go in the first. 45 seconds to go in this power play. That hit Dobish in the head? Oh, his leg? Or one of the defenders' legs? Point on the draw. Boy, Cooper's not shy about using this top unit, eh? Habs come up with that face-off. Anderson all the way down the ice. Hard to keep it away from Vasilevsky there. Radish with it. Chased by Danault. A much slower and methodical Tampa power play, but they're attacking with speed right now. Here comes Point. Oh, wow. Radish. Bagel. Radish. Gensel. Kucherov. Oh, you had options there. His pass is blocked. Oh, I thought for sure that was going cross crease. Habs get it out. 5 seconds to go. Montreal will survive once again, but Tampa attacking. Gensel. 3 shots on that power play. Braden Point. He takes a high stick. The call's going to Hagel for interference. I'm not actually sure it was a Montreal stick that hit him in the face. Let's see here. Hagel. Oh, that's absolutely a pick. Oh, so yes, Gooley does high stick Point in the face, but it's because Hagel set the pick. Oh, you don't like when they call those now? Oh, Tampa doesn't like when they call those now. You don't like when they call those now. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah. WTF there, Coop? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, you don't like when they call picks now? Are they going to give Montreal a penalty? What'd I tell you? The biggest litigators in the league. The biggest litigators in the National Hockey League, bar none. It hits his face because Hagel hit him. I know you got to be responsible for your stick, but the only reason that happened is because of Brandon Hagel. Double minor! Oh my God! Oh my God! John Cooper has never won a Jack Adams, and it's a crime. It's a crime. That's the best coach in the NHL at work. That's hilarious. That's a Habs power play turned into a Tampa power play purely out of whining. So they're reviewing it? I'm not going to lie. I didn't know they could review double minors. Four minutes for high sticking against Caden Gooley. And Montreal short for 2 minutes. Wow. Wow. Hagel is in the box, and that's someone from St. Louis arguing too. No, you got to watch more footage of Coop do his thing, St. Louis. You got to watch more footage. John Cooper. How has he never won a Jack Adams? How has he never won a Jack Adams? His team was about to go shorthanded, and he whined them into a power play. That's aura. That's aura. Oh, my God. You know, I'm sad the Leafs aren't in the playoffs, but there's something about not having a dog in the fight. Because I've had to sit through 2 series, 13 games worth with these guys, and they're exhausting. So it's Gooley in the box, and Texier is going to join them to, I guess, serve the other. And it's a 2-minute Tampa power play with 12.2 seconds to go in the first. Absolutely gut-bustingly hilarious. Montreal wins that draw. Matheson just trying to kill very little time here. Suzuki just trying to rag the puck here, and it'll work. Dobish with his stick to prevent a pass. And that's the end of the first period. Tampa, true to form, earning 3 power plays in the opening 20 minutes. Gut-bustingly, undeniably, Carlin-esque hilarity. Objection sustained, says Riptide. Absolutely. Every NHL head coach should go to law school. Absolutely. John Cooper not having a Jack Adams in his NHL career is malpractice from everyone who covers this sport. That is so funny. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. How in the hell is there a power play when there's a penalty for both teams? Because it was a double minor. So I assume the way it works is instead of doing 4-on-4 for 2 minutes followed by a Tampa power play, which would be a little odd, it's just a Tampa power play. Which I guess makes more sense. I don't have a problem with that being the way it plays out, but like Okay, you need to be in charge of your stick. But like what okay, so if I'm Braden Point, can I just take his stick and go like just smash myself in the or can a teammate what's to stop Hagel from just taking Gooley's stick and smashing Point in the head with it? That's essentially what happened. That's a joke. That's a joke. Yes, Drew, sorry. Yeah, if you have an infraction because someone infracted, good word, don't know if it exists, but I like it, at you, why are you getting an infraction? Hockey will be a spectacular sport once it's done, but it's not done yet. That's so funny. That's so funny. God, I love it. God, I love it. Listen, I don't have a dog in the fight. And there is a beauty to it. I gotta say, the heart rate, the blood pressure. I feel like I'm in the Olympics. Sorry? If that was the Leafs, I'd be maybe hospitalized. Like that's crazy. Drew, let's throw to the series preview for it was Edmonton Anaheim. Edmonton Anaheim series preview from the Steve Dangle podcast. Reminder that Adam Wilde will be streaming that series starting tomorrow.
This is another incredible first round matchup. And what I love about the Edmonton Anaheim series, most of all, is that it's the team that used to be Anaheim versus the team that is Anaheim. The run and gun Oilers from like 5 to 6 years ago, right? That's kind of, where, I don't know if we can hold a lead. That's what the Ducks are right now. The Oilers are now the grizzled playoff vets going, you youngins.
Who still don't really know how to hold a lead,
No,
but
that's what I'm saying. Is
but
Anaheim
might.
ever going to do them? I don't know.
Yeah.
First off, I just want to say this is brought to you by Ontario Toyota dealers. Red Tag Days is on right now. You should go to visittoyota.ca. Build your Tacoma. Your 6,400-pound towing Tacoma, the most powerful ever. And Steve, Jesse, you guys like a good sound system.
Sure do.
How about 11-speaker JBL?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you could listen to yourself all around your head.
Stands for jolly but loud.
Visit toyota.ca. Red Tag Days on now through May. So let's talk about everything to do with this series. And I guess goaltending's another one where we go, we'll see. Lucas Dostal has been one of the bright lights for the Ducks of the last 3 years in terms of their emergence.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty wild in front of him. The Oilers made a couple of goaltending moves this year. So no Cal Pickard, no Stuart Skinner. We got Connor Ingram. We got Tristan Jarry. Ingram's done well. Jarry's not so much.
I don't know if it's possible for Pickard to get into the series because of the new rules.
I'm not sure. Well, yeah, he can get in. It's just sometimes actually it's better for a guy like him to get in because he makes less money. So you can dress more money. It's cap compliant during the actual game. That's what you have to do. So I want to start there. Jesse, I'm going to start with you. Who do you give the edge to in goaltending in an Edmonton-Anaheim series?
I definitely Dostal you'll give the edge to just because of the I don't know what you call it, but the chaoticness of the Edmonton Oilers goaltending situation as it's been over the last 3 seasons, when you had Stuart Skinner getting pulled in the middle of the playoffs and then running to the Stanley Cup final, and then they trade him and they bring in Jarry, and now Ingram has steadied the net as of late. He's been decent, and you know who your number one goaltender is going into the series, which is great for Edmonton. But just over the course of the season, I don't know how you look at Dostal and not give him the edge there.
You could have saved time by being like, the Ducks have the advantage in net.
Yeah.
How do the Oilers overcome that?
Dostal has an .888 save percentage in 56 games. Ingram, .899 in 32.
Yeah. One of them was playing behind the Ducks, and the other was playing behind the Oilers.
What about Tristan Jarry? He had a .909 save percentage with the Penguins this year, and then played 19 games with the Oilers and has an .858.
That's the craziest pump and dump in NHL history.
Unbelievable work. Unbelievable
Completely insane. I trust Dostal more. I know his numbers aren't that strong, but you got to remember, Connor Ingram's introduction to this show was me arguing on his behalf in a series that was basically unwinnable. I think it was
Nashville,
Avalanche
Colorado.
versus the Preds. Yeah. So I'm very interested to see him in the playoffs. If he's dialed, if Edmonton has the better goalie, everything else, no offense to the Ducks, who are going to be a very good team, is not worth talking about.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too willing to give Dostal the edge there because you look at the last end of the season there with Ingram and how well he's been playing. In the last 8 games of the season, he has a .924 save percentage.
And the Ducks haven't been very good.
Right.
No.
Yeah, they've struggled. A
So I think Steve's right in that if Ingram has the edge here, it's not going to be close.
No.
Okay, defensive pairings. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Murphy, Wallman, Emberson. You know, that Oilers defense doesn't look so bad. It's going up against some good young talent. It's a good veteran talent, but does it round out the same? Jackson Lacombe, Jake Trouba, Minchikov, Carlson, Radko Gudas is probably going to play. I know he's been struggling with some injuries and that sort of thing. Tyson Hines is also available. You could have, you could have other options, but basically that's going to be what it is. You got a lot of playoff experience on the Ducks, a lot more than people expect. Gudas obviously went all the way to the finals. Trouba got to the conference finals a couple years ago, but this Oilers team, basically all of them have done it.
If you're on the Oilers, keep your head up. It's going to be fast. It's going to be fast. Like this is the tricky thing about having a guy like Jacob Trouba and a guy like Radko Gudas on a team like the Ducks. I think it's going to be very fast hockey. And if you lose sight of what's going on for a split second, like Trouba, like we've all seen him try to light guys up. Like he put Matthews out of commission a few years ago. Ducks defensemen have taken turns doing that apparently, but like he just hit him. It was a perfectly clean shoulder to shoulder, and he popped out his shoulder. Right? If you don't mind your P's and Q's, you're gonna get lit up by this D.
Jesse, what's a guy like John Carlson bring in terms of not just skill but experience to these Ducks team?
Yeah, what a get by them. You know, you forget like that they get him and he's such a steady force for so long for the Capitals, and he brings that to the Ducks, and it's exactly what they need. You know, when you have young kids like Jackson Lacombe in there, you want some force like John Carlson to pair up with Jacob Trouba as the two of your 6 defensemen. And the Ducks have a lot more experience than people give them credit for because they haven't been in this position in so long. We think it's just all of the young kids, but no, they have vets who know about this thing.
They
know how to play hockey.
They do.
Good.
And they've got a Stanley Cup winning coach a few times over as well. We can get to that in a second, though. On the Oilers side, though, like I said, guys, these guys have done it. Ekholm, Bouchard, Nurse, Murphy. Well, Murphy maybe not as much, but Wallman was there last year. Emerson was there last year. That's a very good group. And here's the thing. The Eastern media and our Eastern bias, we do give Evan Bouchard a hard time sometimes and have over the last few years in the regular season. One thing that we have always said, though, is when it comes to the playoffs, the guy's dialed, not just on the offensive side, but the defensive side. He is going to get Norris votes. He might even win the Norris Trophy this year. This is a big playoff for him.
He locks in a lot more, and he's already top 25 all time in playoff scoring by a defenseman, and I think he's only, 26? It's preposterous.
It's a crazy number. Crazy number.
He's absolutely insane, and a big part of that comeback last year against the Kings.
Moving to the forwards, Leon Draisaitl apparently is going to be back. We keep hearing that the injury was only going to hold him out till then, but we don't know. Let's assume that he is, though, because he's Leon Draisaitl, and he's done this before.
In terms of who has the advantage, my answer is, with inflection and all, Oilers?
Really? Up front? Really?
Well, I mean, if they're hurt, right? I know we've seen Draisaitl score like 4 points a game in the playoffs with 1 foot.
Yes.
There is a shelf life on that. He's made of flesh and bone like the rest of us. It's extraordinarily impressive what he's done. But
Or he could just be Patrice Bergeron and just keep coming back.
Or he could just be that. Right, but we've seen guys have really mediocre playoffs. We're like, what the hell was that? And then you find out they've been hurt the whole time.
Yeah,
right. There is a shelf life on that, and I just don't know enough about the injury because welcome to the club of my star player has gone to Germany mid-season.
Yeah, Jesse, you said earlier in one of our other previews that defense is a team game. And as much as I love the look of Kreider, Carlson, Troy Terry, Killorn, Granlund, Seneca, Mason McTavish, Paling, Cutter Gauthier, like you've got a 30-plus goal scorer on your third-line right wing. The team defense for this Anaheim Ducks team, when we talk about the forward group, is not great yet. The system's not fully implemented. I think Joel Quenneville would say that. Up front, Steve goes, I'm not I think it's going to be Edmonton that's got the edge. Do you agree with him, or do you think it's Edmonton with the definite edge and Anaheim has a lot to learn?
Team defense is a very important thing to bring up.
Yeah.
4th most goals allowed in the National Hockey League this season, Anaheim Ducks. 3.5 goals against per game. The only teams below them, the Canucks, the Leafs, the Sharks.
Oh, I definitely thought you were going to say the Oilers.
No. So
Where do the Oilers rank in goals for?
goals for?
Yeah, just give me that stat.
They are 6th overall.
Oh, is that good?
3.44. Yeah. The Oilers do struggle with goals against as well. I think they're bottom 8 there, so it's not too far. This is going to be a lot of run and gun, but to me, the Oilers are going to be able to clamp things down here in the playoffs. And I think over the course of the season, who the Oilers were from, October through March isn't who they were in April through now the playoffs. It's a different team, and I'm going to trust that the Oilers forward group can get this done a little better than the Ducks.
The discussion is team resume versus individual resume, right? Like the Ducks have guys with individual resumes where you're like, yeah, they're really good in the playoffs, but the Oilers have a team resume and everything.
And
with
a couple of young guys stepping up too. Savoy's had a good end of the season. And
Absolutely. But everything with the Ducks is there's just a little bit more of a guess because they haven't been there in a while and it wasn't with this group.
So let's go to our let's go to our predictions. I'm going to save mine for last. By the way, I'm streaming this series, just a shameless plug. So Jesse, let's start with you. You're filling out your Spark bracket right now. Who are you taking and how many games?
I'm going to take the Oilers. The games thing, it got me, but I'm going to do 6. I'm a little unsure on the games. I'm going to do Oilers in 6.
Jess or Steven?
Ducks fans, we've had a tumultuous time over the last couple months, and I want you to know I love you, and I say this with love. Oilers in 5.
I have real concerns because you guys know my heart is with the Ducks. I've been calling this a good team since
you
the
want them
beginning
to
of the
win
year.
bad, eh?
I want them to win.
You didn't say they would go far. You
I
just said they would make it.
And I think Leo
You can
Carlson,
abandon them now.
Listen, Celebrini is going to be the next all-world superstar in this league. I think Leo Carlson will be the second to him. I think Leo Carlson's that good, like potentially better than Bedard. I know Chicago fans won't like that.
Wow.
What I want to say here is that I wonder if this is their Montreal-Washington series from last year, where Montreal came in, it was fun, it's house money, and Washington showed them what a playoff team is.
Dude,
and I think Montreal this year is poised to go much further.
Even the Crosby Penguins, the first time they got into the playoffs, they got killed.
And that's why I'm going to say Oilers in 5 games.
Yeah.
It hurts me to say it, but I think that's what's going to happen.
How dare you?
Hey, did you like the thing you just watched?
Was it hilarious?
Was it informative?
Was it me losing? Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. Now, Drew in my ear just now repeated a fallacy. It's a common fallacy, and it's one repeated by refs all the time. Or rather, they don't repeat what Drew said. They repeat what I'm about to say. It's the playoffs and the rule book goes away, right? And the calls stop coming. Wrong. The first few games of a playoff series are full of this crap. Full to the brim of just refs pooping out decisions into their pants and having it rise, peaking above the waistband. That is a visual, and that is how bad the first few games of a series are. Now, let me tell you about what I just had happen to me during intermission. I opened this door. Right next to me, or right next to the door, I should say, there's a fridge. In perfect timing, I hear from inside the fridge an explosion. And I say to myself, now what could that be? So I had to shoot a video in the fridge yesterday for something. My fridge is full of drinks. It's full of juice boxes and pop and beer. And just to get it out of the way, I put it all in the freezer next to the fridge. I shot my video and I remembered to put everything back in the fridge. Wrong. I left it there. That's dang it. And there's a lot of beer and pop in my basement sink right now. Who's cleaning it? I'm not even going to tell my wife. I'm not even going to tell her. I'm not even going to tell her. No, don't send her this clip, Drew. I'm not even going to tell her. I could hear her putting our daughter to bed, and it was not going well. And I'm like, I'm just not going to tell her. I'm just not going to tell her. I'll deal with it. Sticky and like I smell like beer. My hands, I've washed them twice. Well, them's the breaks. It's quite a bit. The Habs get the next 2 power plays, says Drew. Laughs hysterically in Leafs fan. Are you on drugs? Here, Drew, I'm sending it to you. The aftermath of it's quite bad. Just if you want to use it or not, I don't know. It's up to you. No, yeah, sorry, I'll do that. We are about to return for the second period. Yeah, I'm just walking by here. Boom! What was that? And I immediately knew what it was. Yeah. It's quite a few beers. Corey Mueller. I got rear-ended at a red light yesterday, and I was pushed into the car in front of me. I went to prison, and the guy who rear-ended me got a ticket. Okay. So that. What? Oh, I know. Yeah, Drew was like, gee. Puck is dropped. It's a lot, right? First commercial break. Show everyone. It's. Well, second period of this game is underway. Nikita Kucherov hands it off to Braden Point on this ill-gotten power play. Radish is turned away at the blue line. It's the right call. Objectively not. Yeah. Here comes a call to Tampa. Attaboy, Drew. You nailed it. And Montreal just tried to kill as much clock as they could. There it is. Cooper smiling because he knows how the game works. Oh, Kucherov just nailing Carrier with a high stick. No kidding. And Kucherov not even complaining about it. Yeah, when Kucherov doesn't complain. Yeah. And now that's Kucherov and Hagel in the box. And so Newhook, or rather, that's Carrier saying I'm bleeding. 2 minutes for high sticking. Because the rule is just, I don't think you're bleeding enough. It'll be a great league when it's done. It will. But it's not there. Here's to hoping my hometown ECHL team wins the third period of their game to clinch the division, says Rocket Man. What went wrong with LA and Pittsburgh, Steve? Oh, did I say game 1 victories for them? I'm pretty sure I said game 1 victory for LA just to be annoying. So it's 4-on-4 action. A minute of it. Tampa just holding on to it. Now they attack. Lilleberg with the entry. Big collision there, Lilleberg and Doc. Struble. One hands it to Newhook. Newhook, oh boy. Plays it to Dobish. Newhook. Doc. Bit of a traffic jam there behind the Habs net. 30 seconds ago in 4-on-4 action. Doc. Doc against Destu. Turned over. Braden Point with plenty of speed. Partial 3-on-2. Gensel! Not able to get the shot off. Point. Matheson all over him. Don't get another call there. Oh, here comes Caulfield downhill. Couldn't get the puck. McDonough. Now this is a Habs power play for 50 seconds. Tampa wasting as much time as they can to start, and they're doing a very effective job. Gergensons. Suzuki, great job stripping Gord. Now 30 seconds to work has Montreal. Here comes Caulfield. Suzuki gets the zone. Demidov. Happy accident there. That puck did not go where he wanted it to, but they keep the zone. Hudson shoots. That goes wide. 14 seconds to go. Slaff. Suzuki. Hudson. Suzuki. Dying seconds here. Caulfield. Oh, Demidov. Rebound. Oh, Slaff. Oh, my goodness. He had a lot of net to shoot at there. Habs in front. Caulfield. That is deflected and out of play. 17:09 to go in the second. How do you survive Leafs officiating, Steve? I've had shingles and an ulcer in the last year and a half. Like, no hyperbole. Like, how do you survive? By barely. Barely. Hey, shingles sucks, huh? Anyway, Habs win that draw. Into the corner. Kapanen. I'm just glad I wasn't in the face. Habs, walking the blue line. Carrier. Kapanen. Jack-Eye knocks down his man. Oh, Kapanen! Had a real good chance there. And the Habs will have to go get it. No icing. Jack-Eye. Turnover. Here comes James. Dominic James. Taken down. Here comes Bolduc. One-man army. Throws it across. Habs change well here. Suzuki. On. That's deflected wide. Perry with it in his own end. Hagel with speed. Hagel. Cross ice to Radish. Stopped by Dobish. Sorelli and Jack-Eye exchanging pleasantries. Struble in there as well. How's that? Great. Rob Nickel says, hey, Steve, awesome job on Canada Reads. Thank you very much. Got all the way to the final. And true to form, it was 4-1. Couldn't get the fourth win. What do you think of Oliver Kapanen? I mean, Montreal right now, there's some parallels that I know you're going to roll your eyes and be frustrated, but like there's some parallels with this team and like the 2016-17 Leafs. This team is further along. Kapanen, though, reminds me of some of the guys who are on the outside of the core. We know who the core guys were. but you need other players, and depth is actually something that became only more of an issue as time went on. Connor Brown feels like an insult, but like he was a really good rookie. I think he had 20 goals. They're more like the 2017 Avalanche. Cale Makar's first year. McKinnon, who had been there a long time. Rantanen, who I think had just got there. Right? Did he? I don't know. 2 years? Okay. Dunno. Around. Half wall. Oh, that was a neat little idea to Josh Anderson, just low percentage. For the freezer cleaning supplies fund. Thank you, Denise. Still can't get over that overturned interference. It wasn't overturned. It was actually stranger than that. This division is going to get mogged by the Flyers, says Insider J Money. Are they going to get hockey mogged? Five minutes gone here in the second. Hudson plays it. Here comes Demidov. Demidov, what a move! That one goes wide, and here comes Kucherov now. Here's how it's done, kid. Nope, that goes off the end boards. In front. Oh, funny bounce. That could have gone in. New hook. Cross ice. That's off target, but it might turn into a happy accident there for Demidov. Just not quite enough in the tank. Maybe if he was closer to the start of his shift. Into the high slot. Moser. Kucherov from distance. That goes wide of the net. Demidov. New hook retrieves it. 14-14 to go in the second. I read 1/4 of Terry Punchout last night. Go Canes. I think you're going to like it. I do. $14 seconds. Drew asking, how many games does Perry need to break the NHL record for playoff games played? I can have that for you in just a second. You'll check? It's less than you think. Lilleberg, cross ice. Habs have it now. Jack-Eye. Whoa! Jack-Eye and Lilleberg collide. Two big humans. He's 29 games away from breaking the all-time record. Extremely, actually impossible he could break it this year. But if Tampa has a deep run and he chooses to play next year and has another deep run, he could be the all-time leader. Doc. Suzuki, good move off Cernak, but Gensel with the steal. And wow, great transition here from Tampa. Cirelli. Hagel loses it. He's lucky he didn't lose his head. He had his head down there. Cirelli in front. Oh, battling for it, swatting at it. Slavkovsky comes up with it, attacking 2-on-2. What a pass to Caulfield. Caulfield has Suzuki with him. Suzuki to Slaff. Slaff and McDonough. Turnover. Slaff. Couldn't find Hudson. They're going to get puck mogged while hockey gooning. I don't like any of this. Hagel. Oh, boy's got Gord with him. Can't find him. 12-12 to go in the second. Make a wish. Tampa at the line. Radish keeps it alive. Habs get out of the zone. Anderson gets his head up right at the last second there. Good battle from Gooley. But Gord on. Gloved by Dobish, and the Lightning, all three of them made a beeline for the net there. And yeah, they went at Hudson. And the Habs are pretty underratedly big. They weren't tolerating it. And there's Gord with the mouth. And is he going to the box? That'll be interesting. Can I name the next two highest active skaters in playoff games played? Victor Hedman. He's not in Tampa anymore. Patrick Kane. Brent Burns. You said there's a Tampa defenseman? He was on Tampa. He's no longer there. Not Luke Shen. McDonough? 197. Next guy who's a forward, who's a center, who's been on the same team his entire career. Oh, Sid. Yeah. Follow up on Kapanen. Do you think he's MVP amongst Finns this season? Not a bunch of other Finns making a big impact this season. Even veteran. I mean, it's got to be Rantanen, doesn't it? Isn't Rantanen? Rantanen's sort of been a little out of sight, out of mind. Rantanen has 77 points in 64 games, only 22 goals. Drew saying Sebastian Aho. $80 points in 79 games, 27 goals. Sheesh. So what do we got? Because it sure looked like Gord was getting a penalty. Is it going to be Gord and Anderson? Gord skated past Anderson to go at Hudson. That's hilarious. Is this going to be just nothing? It's 4-on-4, Anderson and Gord. Gord back where he belongs. On the Lightning. It was always weird when he wasn't. God, I wanted the Leafs to get him. Four on four, 11:50 to go in the second. Bienvenue, mes amis. Steve Dangle ici. Le Canadien de Montréal 1. Le Lightning à Tampa Bay 0. Le deuxième période. Tampa. I can't do just straight up French play-by-play. I would like to build towards it. Braden Point. Stu. Point. Point's got his feet tonight. Crazy fast. Dastu. Wide. Kucherov cleaned up by Newhook. Pass into the feet. Evans. Montreal basically treating this 4-on-4 like it's a kill because Point and Kucherov were out there, and I can't say I blame them. Matheson. A little give and go there with Hudson. Is Kucherov a good player? Jury's still out. Hudson. Cross ice. Habs working it around. A lot of perimeter work here. Caulfield. Chris Cuthbert saying Caulfield led the NHL in second period goals this season. Radish. I don't think Caulfield knew Radish had the puck there. Does Tampa get to 20 shots before Montreal gets to 10? No. It's currently 11-5. I will say no. Gooley. Good stick work there. Good job getting out of their zone. There goes Hudson. Suzuki. 10 seconds to go on 4-on-4 action. Suzuki leaves it for Hudson. Hudson, nice pass to Doc. Doc can't get it to Hudson. Oh, Hudson, turnover. Hudson. Oh, can't quite find Suzuki. Doc leaves it. We're 5-on-5 now. Behind the net, Lilleberg gets it. Montreal, oh boy, Montreal catches Tampa lacking a little bit. Kapanen couldn't get that shot off. Doc tied up there by Lilleberg. Habs have it at the point. On. That goes in! A deflection, and it's Josh Anderson again! Le deuxième but pour Josh Anderson! 2-0 Montréal! Ma parole! 9:17 to go in the second. Off the deflection, Montreal takes the 2-0 lead. Matheson throws this on, and oh boy, this is going to come back, I think. That's probably high. It's going to be close. That's probably high. Francois Lebel gifted 5 SDPN memberships. Merci beaucoup, but I think this goal's coming back. So the call on the ice matters. Good goal on the ice. So, okay. Is it shoulder or crossbar? Crossbar for goals? I think there's a very good chance this comes back. The Matheson angle, it looks way high from that angle. It's a playoff goal. Like, you got to take your time and get it right. Yeah, that ain't counting. Yeah. It's a quick review. Puck was struck above the crossbar. No goal. Non but. 1-0 pour Montréal. Montréal. Je m'excuse. What is that helmet? What a fit. 9:17 to go in the second. Back to 1-0. Montréal. Zut! Face off outside the Tampa zone. Deno wins that. Dastu. Whoa! Anderson lights up Dastu, and he's not getting up. Play stoppage. Lilleberg going after Anderson. He's got a cage on, though. Is he up? No, he is not. He is conscious. And I think they're going to call this 5 on the ice. That's my guess, and they're going to review it. What a swing in this game. Jack-Eye is on the ice. No, still 1-0 Habs, says Francois Lebel. Oy. So he gets sort of sandwiched by Anderson and Evans. Ironic that Evans is the one behind the net there. What did Anderson do? Like, okay, I would need to see another angle. It could be charging, but like, it's not interference. It's not a head hit. It's not elbowing. Dastu is getting up and getting helped off the ice by Nick Paul and Yanni Gord. Steve Hood, ma parole, decent French. I've been told by several Quebecois people to say ma parole. I'm not sure Anderson should be in the box here. Five-minute major. Now, they didn't say for what, which to me is unacceptable. What are you, like, you're reviewing the play. What are you reviewing? Interference? Charging? It's not an elbow. It's not interference. It's not a head hit. If it's charging, say it's 5 minutes for charging, we're reviewing it. We're in commercial break. Steve Dangle here on the STPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Drew, do you want to show the beer? You, Adam, and Jesse, a joint commentary for a game. That would be fun. You'll throw to it and then you'll throw back to me? No. Show the video. Show the video.
So, I put everything in the freezer.
Drew's working on it. It's okay. I sort of just lobbed that into your lap. Drew's rotating it. He's on it. Maybe we'll wait because I don't want to miss coming out of this commercial break because this is a real important moment in this game. I mean, it seems pretty obvious what happened here, right? Like Anderson upset. His goal comes back. And seconds later, he's out for blood. And he's in the box, but should he be? Oh, Steve, so optimistic. Of course, they aren't going to explain what they're looking for. That's only something real leagues do. So Anderson's still in the box. Popsicles for grown-ups. Okay. Talk! 2 minutes for charging. I'm not surprised by charging, but I need to see it. Okay, here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot of strides. That's a lot of strides. Charging is fine. Oh, Dominic James. I would be very surprised if he returned to this game. Dominic James, sorry. Destu. Dominic James, I believe, already out of this game. Has he returned? Sober David, 5 minutes for giving him the business. Full STPN commentary lineup for Habs Ducks final. Oh, hell yeah. So, Habs on the penalty kill once again. It's been very good so far in this game. One might say perfect. Hagel. Nope. Radish. Point. Kucherov. Good work at the line. That'll be offside. 1:40 to go in this power play. $8:44 to go in the second. This game's humming along, eh? Matheson all the way down the ice. Vasilevsky out of his net to handle it. Habs, we're over halfway through this game. They have 5 shots. They have been spending an unreal amount of time on the penalty kill, which has affected things. If I'm not mistaken, they're on pace for 8 minor penalties. Hagel. That goes wide. Radish holds the line. Hagel. On! How did that stay out? How on earth? How on earth? The puck just did something I've never seen it physically do. Radish. Shot. Rebound. No stick for Evans. It broke. Hagel, down low, 45 seconds to go. Pure survival mode for Montreal. Radish scores! 92.8 miles an hour. Darren Radish in the back of the net. It is a tied game. 7:45 to go in the second period. Tampa's power play finally solves Montreal's penalty kill. And it's a brand new hockey game. Dink hit the crossbar, hit Gensel's elbow, hit the crossbar again. Cannot believe that didn't go in. That was a knuckler. Dobish stopped that. But it's essentially 3.5 on 5. Radish sneaks down and just claps it. It might have gone off Carrier. Let's see here. No. Dobish gets a piece of it. Collector 5 says Tampa getting physically assaulted. Well, they just assaulted the back of the net. Good hit there on Hagel. Hagel holding on to Hudson. Kucherov and Gensel with the assists. Where is it? Oh! Shot. Tampa back on offense here. Oh, dear giveaway! And they score! Brandon Hagel on the backhand. Tampa electric in the second period. And 2 goals just seconds apart. Bust this game wide open. It's 2-1 for the Bolts. Wow. Fumbling and bumbling the puck around their own end. Hagel, seconds after getting locked up with Lane Hudson to no avail. Hudson gives it away, pops to Hagel, and buries it nasty on the backhand. They've been here before. And now all of a sudden, Montreal losing a game on the road in which the shots are 15-5 for the other guys. St. Louis giving it to the refs. I'd love to know. Like, he's probably wanting a call on Hagel for the Hudson stuff. I mean, there's no goalie interference. There's no high stick. I imagine there's no offside. I think this is just St. Louis getting a free timeout. Habs time to get the train back on the rails, says Francois Labelle. Yeah, Hagel drags Hudson to the ground. That's absolutely holding the stick. And wow, that's a nice backhand tuck right under the glove of Dobish. But play should have been dead and Hagel should have been in the box. Guess what? He's tying the game up. Welcome to a playoff series with the Tampa Bay Lightning, boys. It's going to be a long 4-7. Speedy V says Costco gravy is legit the world's best gravy. Puck is dropped. There won't be a challenge. Couldn't imagine what the challenge would be for. Demidov throws the body. Doesn't connect. Off the boards for Newhook. Shovels it in. Demidov after it. Hits Moser hard. Demidov really throwing the body around here on this shift. And I think that'll be icing against Tampa. No. Matheson. Carrier. Welcome to the real NHL laner, says Inside JC. That's funny. Here comes Nick Paul. One-on-one against Carrier. That's stopped by Dobish. Gord in front. Tampa at the line. Jurgensen's into the glove of Dobish. Tries to play it, but it's blown dead. 6:09 to go in the second. Drew saying the Habs need to get out of this period. Brother, there's over 6 minutes to go, and you're losing. Getting out of this period is not good enough. You got to turn this around. I know they have one shot. Martin, this is where you earn the big dollars, buddy. This is where you earn it. It's John Cooper at the other end. You got to turn this around. Your team is reeling right now. You got them basically a free timeout, but what were you telling them during that timeout? Nothing. You were talking to the refs. I didn't see the assistants talking to anyone. Gensel loses that draw to Suzuki. Gooley, fans on it, completely fools the cameraman. Hudson with it in his own end. 6 minutes to go in the second. Suzuki hard after it. Vasilevsky playing it. Suzuki. Oh, no one in front. Gensel up the ice. Lightning have it in the neutral zone. They got to get back on side, though. They're offside. You're still offside. Hudson. Lots of time and space because Tampa was offside. Slav. Trying to draw a call. Doesn't work. Hudson. Jack-Eye now out there with Lane Hudson. Interesting. Can't imagine why. Gergensens is hit by Jack-Eye. That's why. Hudson, stripped by Gourde. Moser. That's hard around. Kapanen. Woohoo! Nice move. Lilleberg to Moser. Gourde. Tampa attacking. Paul! That's blocked. Bolduc. They're going to try to attack with speed here. Bolduc. Can't get it to Kapanen, but he has it himself. Gets it to Jack-Eye at the point. Jack-Eye. On! From Struble. That doesn't get through. Bolduc. Doc fighting Geeky for it. And Lilleberg. Kapanen lurking. Paul after it against Jack-Eye. Where's the puck? Puck out of play. Michael Crowley, congrats to Morgan Geeky, number 39 goals on the season, officially holds the title for highest goal total, matching his number. I love a weird stat. Thank you, Michael Crowley. I don't know if that's true. I choose to accept it. It wouldn't be that hard to disprove. Like, I assume 39's got to be way up there. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Oh, the stats switched over to playoffs. So Geeky tied for 16th with Kyle Connor. So Kyle Connor's number's not 39. Genther, Thompson. What number's Philip Forsberg? 11? 9? Oh, yeah. Cutter Gauthier, I don't think his number's 41. DeBrincat, Boldy, Stamkos, Kucherov, Celebrini. What's Wyatt Johnston's number? You think 37? Because if it's 45, 53. All right. Oh, this is ever? Yeah, Backus never had 42. No way. Gretzky never had 99. Hello, Stephen Dangle of the Stephen Dangle podcast. How did I screw up my own name? Messaging from inside the arena. It should be 3-1 point system, not a 3-2-1 point system. We shouldn't punish winning in OT. A win is a win. Go Bolts, says Jared. Did Vinny LeCavalier ever have 44? But wasn't he 4 for most of his career? McGillney never hit 89. He was close. Yeah, they have to hit their number exactly. This is a fun record. Refs seem to be picking favorites. You think, Noah? Battle in front of the Habs net. Carrier. Oh, Habs activating their defense here. Good battle there with Radish. Good stick there from Gord. Montreal, a bit of a counterpunch here, but at the end of the day, it's Andrei Vasilevsky, and you've only put 5 shots on the man. 1 shot this period. That is not going to get it done. And even though you came into the period with the lead, that was still not ever going to get it done. Puck goes out of play, 3:41 to go in the second. Nick Paul beacon at the bench. Shot 16-5 for Tampa. New hook against points in the circle. Point wins that. Here comes McDonough with a little bit of speed here. McDonough puts the puck into his own bench. 3:34 to go in the second. We'll get another faceoff. Oh, shout out to my beer league team, Team White. Big dub. 2-0. I haven't been to a single game yet. Why no more Team Green? So I was Team Green last summer. I was Team Blue this winter, and now I'm Team White. Two points for a win, 1 point for a tie. No OT in regular season, says Sports Talk Chud. It's a heated topic. Tampa have the Habs in their own end. Exactly where the Habs do not want to be right now. Suzuki. On! That is deflected wide by Matheson. You always talk about how the Bruins find Bruins. Have the Lightning surpassed them in that regard? They just keep finding guys. The Lightning do find Lightning. They really do. You're not wrong. I have no notes. That's a great point. Slafkovsky. Just going hero ball. Oh, he gets rocked. He gets rocked by McDonough. Gets back up. Goes right back at McDonough. That's playoff hockey, baby. Let's go. Jack-eye. Is that Dominic James I see back on the ice? 2:22 to go in the second. What was that? Oh, there was contact with Vasilevsky behind the net? Who was that? Slav? I must have missed it. Oof! Suzuki got hit pretty hard behind the play, too. Slav, a little bit of hero puck. And boy, did he get run by McDonough. 2:18 to go in the second. Face off in the Tampa zone. Habs still just stapled the 5 shots. It is not enough. Yeah, I'm not liking my bet that they would get to 10 shots before Tampa gets to 20. Shots are 5-0 since we made that bet. Hudson being chased by Perry. His pass is deflected, so that won't be icing. Steve, what did you think of the Ottawa game? I'm surprised the Pinto line was so ineffective. Really surprised. That's 3 guys who sort of have underrated impact. And even more surprised that Freddie Anderson started, and even more surprised he got a shutout. Texier, and it looks like, Montreal's going to go to the power play. Dobish heading off for the extra attacker. Hudson being chased by Gord. And, you could absolutely call that a second one. It's a high stick, and Gord litigating. The cardio on the Lightning is unreal. To play at the pace that they do and chirp after every whistle. Every whistle. It'll be Connor Geeky going to the box. They just showed the wrong replay, so we didn't get to see it. There's a kid with a Bruins hat. That was the right one? Wasn't that Moser, though? It was number 90, right? Yeah, no, I think that was the wrong replay. 128 to go in the second. Habs with a chance to tie it despite being outshot 16-5. Demidov down low. Caulfield battling. He's got to put his staple on this game. Oh, Demidov stopped by the blocker of Vasilevsky. Oh, boy. Slav, Demidov, Hudson. On! Wide! Rebound! What? Oh! It's still there, Demidov! Can't get the shot off! Habs hold the zone. Demidov loses it. Dobish out of the net to play it under a minute to go here in the second. Hudson, Demidov, Slav, cross ice, what a pass! Demidov! It's in front! Stopped! Hudson! Stopped! Just over 30 seconds to go in the second. Caulfield, Hudson, down low. Caulfield, Habs closing in. Slav scores! Just like that! Yuri Slafkovsky when it matters most. 23.2 seconds to go in the second. And Montreal fighting, clawing like dogs to even get a shot on goal. And they put one into the back of the net. Oh, boy, they finally showed the right replay. Geeky cross-checked Hudson right in the face. Unbelievable that Vasilevsky kept that out of the net. That was a great save on Demidov. There's a great save on Hudson. Caulfield keeps it alive. Demidov, what a pass to Slafkovsky, and what execution from Slafkovsky. A beautiful, beautiful play from two top 5 picks. Off the end boards. Oh, almost a chance for Caulfield. 10 seconds to go in the second period. Montreal, new adrenaline, new blood pumping through their legs. Deno cycled. And they're simply just going to run at a time. But with the shot 16-8, Montreal ties this game at 2s. Wow. Choo-choo, says Francois Labelle. And we're even. We're even. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm an accountant too. You didn't know that. When does the Francophone stream start? Maintenant. Bonjour mes amis, Steve Dangle ici. Bienvenue. Caulfield with 0 attempts. Regular season merchant. I don't think he's at 0 attempts anymore. Not after that shift. I think he had at least 1. Let's go Habs. I have them winning the whole thing on the 70th anniversary of the Leafs Cup win. That's not this year, though. Update from earlier. Hometown ECHL team did win and clinched the division. Let's go Comets. Congrats to the Comets. We're doing trivia. Son of a gun. I have to help my wife with something. But let's do trivia right now, right away. We're on the trivia screen, folks. Click the link in the description. Click the link in the chat. We're going to do Spark Trivia. Le subject, le métier, is le bleu, blanc et rouge, la Canadien de Montréal. You got to get in there, folks. Got to get in there. I'll give you 20 seconds. 30 seconds. 45 seconds. My prediction for the third period. I mean, that's as bad a period of hockey as you can play if you're the Montreal Canadiens with and hope to survive this series. And survive it they did. They were outscored 2-1 in that period. Outshot I don't even know. And yet Tampa showing a surprising lack of discipline. And here we are. Montreal has life. So I think they're going to have a big third. I think it's going to be adrenaline on ice. What are the prizes, Drew? Oh, never mind. Top prize is a Tampa Bay Lightning Stadium Series Pro jacket from Fanatics. Second and third place get a Spark and SDPN mini stick. Everyone else, a 15% off code from the SDPN shop. We got lots of great stuff in the SDPN shop. Drew, are you ready? Let me know. 3, 2, 1. The Montreal Canadiens lead all NHL franchises in Stanley Cups. True or false? They're probably all going to be this easy. The answer is true. Montreal has won the Stanley Cup 24 times, and you should know that from when they mention it at the end of every sentence they speak. Let's go to number 2. The Bell Center is the largest capacity hockey arena in the world. True or false? It is indeed the largest in the NHL. False. St. Petersburg SKA Arena has Bell Center beat by nearly 1,400 seats. So you got to get it right and you got to get it fast. 3, 2, 1. Montreal's last trip to the Stanley Cup final was in 2021, where they were defeated by the Vegas Golden Knights. True or false? False! Montreal did make it to the Stanley Cup final, but they lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They beat the Vegas Golden Knights in the Western Conference final. A thing that actually happened. 33-year-old Brendan Gallagher was the oldest player on the Montreal Canadiens roster this season. Guy I watched play in the World Juniors. True. He's one of only 4 players in their 30s on the Montreal Canadiens squad, which is wild. Let's go to number 5. Maurice Richard, Guy Lafleur, Ken Dryden, and Guy Lapointe have all had their numbers retired by the Montreal Canadiens. True or false? It's a mistake. He misspelled Ken Dryden. Yeah. No. Can you imagine? That'd be evil. The answer is true. Montreal has retired 50 numbers in honor of 18 players, the most in the NHL. Number 6. Ivan Demidov led 6 Canadiens rookies in registering at least one regular season point this year. True or false? False. The Canadiens actually had 7 rookies record at least 1 point. Demidov, Kapanen, Beck, Engstrom, Davidson, Reinbacher, and Jackeye, as in Florian. Let's go to number 7. Cole Caulfield led the Canadiens in scoring this season with 50 goals. True or false? False! Give the guy credit. He scored 51. Oh. Last one. The H in the Montreal Canadiens logo stands for hockey. A lot of people think it stands for habitant, but that's a myth. It's true. It stands for hockey. 30%. Mon Dieu. So Drew, who won? We got, sorry, I'm still catching up. Pete. They call him Cuban Pete. He's the king of the rumba beat. He must have got every single one right for over 1,000. Goodness gracious. Bluegrass, your second. T, your third. Unreal job, everybody. Pete, enjoy your Tampa Bay Lightning Stadium Series jacket. Bluegrass and T, enjoy your mini stick. Everyone else, enjoy 15% off at the STPN shop. Real quick. Cheers. Will we get CFR? No. Correction on the funny number anniversary of the Leafs win the cup. See. Jim Knoll, welcome to STP VIP. Steve Dangle, secretly becoming a Habs fan. How dare you? Drew, the clip is, will the Leafs be keeping Berube? I want to go back to the coach for a second. There's no justification for bringing this person back.
Well, I don't think he gets that performance out of Chinakhov. Chinakhov would have been stuck to the fourth line. You know that.
If he was in the lineup at all.
That's the thing. Like, we could have got Chinakhov and it would have done nothing.
Like, I think coaches who are stubbornly determined to be part of the solution are in right now. So, like, there's Todd McClellan in Detroit. There's Rick Bowness, who just got a contract extension in his 70s after his team blew it down the stretch.
Mm-hmm. And he said they don't hate to lose.
They don't hate to lose, and it's them. And didn't put it on himself, put it on them, and he got rewarded for it. And people are going, well, it's not Berube's fault. It's the team sucked. This is from Money Puck. I'll go through a couple stats here. Expected goals against versus expected goals for. The Leafs logo is being eaten by the Canucks logo. Inside of, there's 4 quadrants: bad, fun, good, and boring. The Leafs' closest comparable on Money Puck is the team that finished last by leaps and bounds. They were propped up by some stars scoring, like Matthews, like Nylander. They got more saves. This team, holy smoking, stinks on ice. In terms of Corsi 4 percentage, I had it up, son of a gun. Where did it go? Oh, yeah, here it is. They're dead last. They're dead spanking last. Shot attempts percentage. The percent of shots attempted that are yours, 44.8. They're behind Seattle. They're behind Chicago. They're behind Vancouver. They're behind bloody everyone. They were dead last. Mm-hmm. Anyone with eyes that happened to be attached to their head could see they were one of the worst teams in the NHL in terms of the style they played. When we say that there's a team that could potentially make the playoffs next year, it's because of the talent on the roster that we've seen get it done. But in terms of style of play, gag me with a spoon. That team was a chore to watch 82 times out of 82. They were awful. And I almost, from an entertainment standpoint, barely care if Berube manages to get it back on track next year. I don't want to watch that product anymore.
No.
Holy shit. It was awful. Yeah. Let them, even if they're bad, let them be bad with someone else. get me out of my seat a couple times a night.
And
Holy cow, they were awful.
For all of that, I blame Brad Treliving for not moving off of Craig Berube at some point this season to try and save his own job. And
I don't
just
think
not
he had the ability.
watching NHL hockey. He never went to management.
He never went to management.
He never asked. He never asked. So
Maybe he
would
didn't
never
ask because
know.
he knew the answer.
No,
Doesn't matter.
You
still
got to
gotta
ask. He never considered it. He never went to management and asked. And I blame Brad Treliving for not firing Craig Berube. And I blame Keith Pelly for not moving off of Brad Treliving, who wasn't doing his job.
Now
Who
let's-
was just sitting there watching hockey and doing nothing about it.
Past behavior is a potential indicator of future behavior. How'd Brad Treliving get here?
Brendan Shanahan,
Brendan Shanahan. Why was he available?
because they fired Kyle Dubas. Because
No.
Brad Treliving left Calgary.
That's why the position was available. The Flames, supposedly, we were told at the time, wouldn't let him fire Daryl Sutter. So maybe he's like, I'm not going to lose my job a second time over this. There's a coach clearly favored by the guys who sign my checks, and I'm not going to bother.
No, he never considered firing.
No, then you
Berube.
shouldn't be GM.
Yeah.
Then,
Then
if
what
you're
do you-
I agree.
If you're not asking, like, first off, Brad, if you looked at that team and thought Craig Berube was the answer, which I think he did because he never went
did.
to management,
That is what he believed.
then
Well,
that's
terrifying.
forfeiture of your job right there.
Yeah.
And I like Craig Berube immensely. I do. He's got to go. He's not the coach for this team. It's not going
How
to.
about this? I don't like him.
Okay.
He made my hockey team shitty.
Okay. Fair enough. You can have that feeling. The
I'm
other
sure
thing-
he's a lovely guy, but we're not friends. I don't know him.
What's scary
It's
here-
like, this is our relationship is transactional. Leafs fan, Leafs coach. Team sucks. Don't like you. Get out of here.
Fair. Fair. I don't hate that. Now, the March 6th trade deadline is interesting because Keith Pelly apparently walks into the room with the scouts and GM and sits there the whole time and has stuff. So there's a name you're going to get to know. His name is Hamza Tarani, and he is the chief strategy and innovation officer at Maple Leaf Sports and
which is a
Entertainment.
made-up position.
They love a long title.
They love a long title.
love a long title.
And his
I'm chief of ideas.
so he uses AI.
Can I have that title here?
Yeah.
Can I be chief of ideas at SDPN?
You know what people like
Sure.
this do?
Can I be assistant chief of ideas?
Oh yeah, you could have.
No.
Adam, you could be special advisor.
Assistant to the chief of ideas.
Yes. There you
So
go.
what's hilarious about people like this in any organization is they are there to put their hand in your dinner.
Mhm.
So you do things, you're successful, you've been doing things successfully, okay? And the organization you work for hires this person, and they come in and they go, yeah, I know that that's your process, but without me changing your process, there's no point in me being here.
I need to justify my job.
Yeah. And normally those are consultants. Like we had radio consultants, I'm sure people work for, who watch this have consultants from like McKinsey and things like that are known for, but they come in and they take literally no responsibility for anything. They go, I'm going to change your process. And when it doesn't work, they go, you're the one resisting it. So we're going to fire you. That's how it works. And so what's interesting here is that now the Hamza Tarani apparently has helped out some things and used some AI and done stuff and found some success with the Raptors. They didn't go into the article much about what success they have found. But as we know, AI is not great when it comes to hockey. It's better with things like football and basketball.
Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. I folded. I told Mrs. Dangle about the exploding pop and beer. Actually, Drew, do we have time? Can you show everyone? Yeah, okay. R. Bruce Rice says, Allez Montréal, pour gagner. Let's see what I did. So yesterday I had to shoot a video where I needed the inside of my fridge. I emptied the fridge into the freezer for the shoot, and I simply forgot about all the stuff I put in the freezer, beer, pop, all of it.
So, I put everything in the freezer when I emptied it yesterday, and then I forgot. And Well,
Yeah. 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 Oops. My bad. My bad. Alex, hey, sent 10 SDPN memberships. Thank you very much. You know what? I'm going to tweet out the strum. Fighting for love. Fighting for love. Raise me up. Le troisième période. Maintenant. Did TNT use me in their season opening pack? Someone tweeted it at me. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. Here, I'll send it to you, Drew, because I obviously can't watch it right now. Third period is about to begin. Soon to be MD in May, says Scott O'Coin. Did the doc know how often Carlson eats that? He has to be on a PPI. I don't even know what that means. Shingles and ulcers, you okay? Is it worse than losing to Tampa Bay? No, losing to Tampa Bay is worse than. They're both shingles and ulcers suck bad. I caught the shingles really early, and I got on medication really early, so I actually didn't suffer too bad, and I got it in a good spot. I didn't get it on the ribs. I didn't get it on the neck, and I didn't get it on the face. Yeah, I got shingles in a good spot. It is a weird sentence. Puck is dropped for the third period. Suzuki back to Hudson. This game is miraculously tied. 9-16 officially are the shots. Now 9-17 as Dobish makes that save 9 seconds in. Chris Cuthbert saying Montreal's 32 hits. And it's their season high. Or their season high rather is 34 against the Lightning. Do I think it's cheaper to fly to Tampa and get tickets or just go in Montreal? That's a good question. There are a lot of red jerseys behind the Habs bench. Look at all of them. Evans wins that draw. Can't get rid of it, though. Gord is having an annoying game for Tampa Bay. Hudson takes a shot. Gooley up the ice. Oh, Hagel avoids a check. Rather, Gergensen, sorry. 28, not 38. Into the neutral zone. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Habs trivia wasn't as kind to me as Leafs trivia. That's hilarious. Nick Paul. He's got Hudson on him. Hagel. Battling Gooley. Is there going to be a call there? No. It's the third period, boys. New game. Vasilevsky out of his net to play that one. Third period. It's a new game. Don't act like it's the same rules, boys. Drew saying that was also a dive. Woohoo. Woohoo. Woo. Up the ice. What a pass to Suzuki, who gets it deep. He takes it off McDonough. Oh, almost. McDonough gets by with a little help from his friends. Good work from Cirelli. Strong on the puck. And then he whiffs on it, and Carrier takes him down with a big hit. Cirelli gets right back up. Slav. Nope. Suzuki takes it. Whiffs on it. Caulfield gets it deep. Buffalo Boston, 10 minutes in, already has 25 big hits, says Katie Fay. Demidov swats it away. Bruins already up 1-0, says Drew. Morgan Geeky with the goal. Texier can't get to that puck first. Kucherov on. Stop by Dobish. There's a rebound. But Demidov comes up with it, avoids a big hit, and does manage to get out of the zone. Here's Texier. That goes wide, but it finds a friendly stick. Texier again. A Demidov taken down. New hook. Hudson, cross ice. What a move! Oh, what a stop from Vasilevsky on Texier. Holy cow. Wow. What a play. What chemistry from the Montreal Canadiens, but what a stop from Andrei Vasilevsky. First ballot Hall of Famer if he were to retire today. I think he could have retired 3 years ago. He'd be first ballot. Now Tampa battling for the puck in the Montreal zone. Dominic James back in this game. Geeky putting it back and forth. Perry in there to help him. Hudson comes up with it. Doc gets it to Texier. He's having an active third period. Stapled by Chernak. Stays with it, though. Gets it to the point. Struble. Texier's been out there a long time. He goes. Jackeye. That's behind the net. Doc jamming at it. Covered up by Vasilevsky, and that'll draw a crowd after the whistle. Doc and Lilleberg going at it. Bullduk and Perry. Wow, wow, wow. How didn't this go in? Oh! Texier, he's got the silky hands. I thought he should have let go of that. Like, oh, Vasilevsky barely gets a piece of that. Have you read The Game by Dryden? So good. I think I'm going to read it this summer. I know it's considered like the best hockey book, so I keep saving it. And at some point, it's like, what are you saving it for? Just read the thing. Hey, Habs get to 10 shots before Tampa gets to 20. Eat it, Drew. That goes wide of the Tampa net. I lucked out on that one. In front. Oh, what a save by Vasilevsky. Another one by Vasilevsky. Rebound. Oh, sharp is Vasi. Oh, and nearly a breakaway for Kucherov. He had Jackeye on him. And I don't think Jackeye heard the whistle, and if he did, he didn't care. And we got some rough stuff. Wow, wow, wow. 15:54 to go in the third period of a tied game one between Le Canadien de Montréal and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Was Vasilevsky's toe? That was very near the goal line. I wonder if Tampa's video crew is going to try to have a look at that before they drop the puck. Because once they drop the puck, it was close. Low-key one of Vasilevsky's best saves of the game. Have you ever read any of Terry Ryan's books? What book did I read it in? Terry Ryan, it has a bunch of stories in James Duthie's book, and I've read that. I do need to read TR's book. Does he do his own audiobook? That'd be amazing. Slavkovsky taken down by Cirelli. They're gonna call it. Oh boy, that's a big swing in this game. Cirelli can't believe it. What are you talking about? And that's Tampa's top penalty killing center. This is a big moment in this hockey game. Third period power play, which is already murder to even get. And now Montreal, who has a boatload of momentum in their favor, I don't know what Cirelli was thinking. How is he questioning it? Oh, this is this is a big moment. Shout out to the dude behind the Tampa penalty box, just crushing an entire pie. Just crushing a pie at a playoff game. What a life. Habs 1 for 3. They scored on their last one. Hudson. Down low. Slav. Demidov. Suzuki. Demidov. Such a slick player. Hudson. Demidov. Hudson. Caulfield. In front. Oh. Hudson. Demidov. That's blocked by McDonough. And the Lightning get out of their zone. Did that go into the bench? It did. So we get a whistle. I listened to KD's Summit Series book on a 35-kilometer run. What a flex. Oh, my God. Just crushing a book. Just crushing an entire book on a casual 35K. Oh, my gosh. 15-12 to go in the third. 1:33 to go in this power play. Go Habs, save us from a 7th Florida finals, please, says Carson. Great face-off win by Nick Suzuki. Back to Lane Hudson. Slav in front to Caulfield. Caulfield gets the shot. And that's covered up by Vasilevsky. I tell you what, the older he gets, the more you realize Slavkovsky is a rhinoceros. That is a big human being. Cernak and Hagel having a rather energetic conversation before this face-off. 1:23 to go in the power play. Puck is dropped. Suzuki wins another one. Hudson on. That was high. And chased out of the zone. Hagel in a foot race with Lane Hudson. And Hagel takes him down. Hagel has it. Hagel passes it. Gensel. That shot is blocked. Hudson. That's a giveaway. Gensel gets it back to Tampa. Penalty half killed. Cernak wasting time. Hagel. Oh boy. McDonough. Now Montreal's going to try to reorganize here. Tales of a first round nothing has got to be one of the most honest sports bios. I've heard nothing but good things. Here comes Caulfield. Kept at the line by Hudson. Demidov. Down low. Slav. First unit getting the whole thing here. Hudson. Caulfield. No, sorry, Suzuki. Caulfield. In front for Slav. He scores! Yuri Slavkovsky again! On the power play! Again! 3-2 Montréal! Dans le troisième période. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. 3-2 Montreal in the third. What a slick passing play. And it's Caulfield to Slav. Yuck. Oh, boy. I think Slavkovsky's going to terrify and terrorize the playoffs for a long time. What a shovel feed from Caulfield. And what just 2 goals where the puck is barely ever on his stick for Yuri Slavkovsky. Slavzilla, says Felix the Cat. Francois Labelle gifts 5 SDPN memberships. Le cadeau from Francois, not gâteau. Cirelli let the ref know that's his fault. He's completely wrong. That's embarrassing behavior. Did Corey Perry get a call? 13:45 to go in the third. Slav was a bust. Okay, listen, people said that. I don't recall doing it. When he signed his contract extension, I was like, that's going to be one of the best contracts in the league. Oh, they're going to face off at center. What happened there? The best guess we have is there was a penalty called. Linesman said it's not a penalty, and Corey Perry said, wake the F up. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. How we feeling, everyone? How we feeling, chat? Who is taking Steve to Bell Center? Well, if I'm at the Bell Center, I can't be here with you guys. Come on now. Refs literally handing Montreal this game. LMAO. Buffalo is about to get a power play. Is an all-Canadian final too much to ask? Like, yeah. Usually, yeah. Boston still up 1-0 on Buffalo. Buffalo looking to tie it on the power play here at the end of the first period. Colorado winning over LA earlier today. We got Utah, Vegas in Vegas later tonight. John Cooper saying there's penalties called in the first round and it gets a little lighter as it goes. The man did not tell a lie there. Francois Labelle said, go Habs, go. Choo, choo. I love that the rallying cry for all Montreal Canadiens fans is because of the Leafs donkey of a CEO. Puck in the Tampa zone. Perry to Dominic James. Left this game and then returned. James, hard around for Moser. 13:30 to go in the third. Moser taken down. No call. James, Perry. Dano. Cross ice. Struble taking his sweet time. Montreal is, it's now 18-14 the shots. Montreal, the momentum is clearly in their favor. Did I call it or did I call it? And we're going to get a whistle, I think. That was offside. $12:57 to go in the third. Can Tampa tie this thing? It's been almost all Montreal for a while now. A lot of really good two-way play. A lot of guys minding their P's and Q's. Bolduc chips it in. That's a very ill-advised chip in. Clear icing. Bolduc was taken down behind the play. What put a worse taste in your mouth? Keith Pelly's didn't see the Habs coming line or Eric Carlson's pregame meal? Oh, Pelly. Pelly 100%. Pelly's silly comments. Blech. Madnoid. That's clever. I like that. Gifts 5 SDPN memberships. Merci beaucoup. Shot from Kucherov is stopped by the blocker of Dobish. Why was that blown dead? Oh, there's going to be a slash. And I think it's going against Bolduc. Nightmare shift for Bolduc. Iced it when he didn't need to. And then he takes 2 minutes for slashing. Slaff on Hattie Watch was not on my bingo card. I don't know why. He elevates his game, man. Oh, man. Oh, wow. He broke the stick, though. Did he break the stick one-handed? 12:32 to go, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, that's going to be a tough trip back to the bench if the Habs can't kill this one for Zachary Bolduc. Face off in the Habs zone, big win. But Tampa has it. Tampa in front! Stopped by Dobish. Tampa's been doing a good job of getting to Dobish very early on in these power plays. You need to rant about these refs, says my wife's friend, who is a massive Avs fan. Oh, off the back of Sorelli. But here comes Evans. Evans, a new hook. Oh, he couldn't get the shot off. Radish getting in his way. Habs, good job ragging the puck here. And down the ice goes Matheson. Vasilevsky plays it. She sent it to both of us like, you got to go on a rant. That's my Jesse impression of me. Oh, Dano can't clear it. I think he was complaining that there was some sort of interference with his hands. Tampa, oh, in front, loose. They can't get rid of it. Radish, Gensel, Kucherov, swatted away from Gensel. Can't clear the zone. Can Anderson do it now? Finally does. Gensel retrieves in the neutral zone. Kucherov. Tampa in the slot. Radish. Hagel. Gensel! Stop by Dobish rebound! Hagel holds on to it under 40 seconds to go in this power play. Absolutely massive moment in this game. Kucherov. Gensel. Oh, and it's in! Brendan Hagel right there in front. Dobish out of position. And 11:02 to go in the third. Brand new hockey game. Slav scores his team's second and third goals. Hagel scores his team's second and third goals. And with 11:02 to go in regulation, it's a tied game at 3. I know you don't like it because it's a one-hander, but you broke the guy's stick, man. Wow, just right on the doorstep is Hagel. Some unreal passing plays from both teams. And here we go again. Face-off won by Montreal. Hudson up the ice to Slav. Gets the pass tentatively to Suzuki. Suzuki battling for it now. Slav battling for it. McDonough has it in his own zone. Still doing it in this league. 3-on-2 for Tampa. Offside. The players can barely hear the whistle in this building. And Gensel knocked to the ice. Inside JC. Think Pelly turned on the TV and thought, who is this team wearing blue blanc et rouge? Probably. Every single time they come back from commercial break, he looks at the Habs and goes, where did they come from? Mix in a game, Keith. You might enjoy it. 10:31 to go in the third here. In terms of the Lightning finding Lightning players, Hagel, it's hard to imagine him as a Blackhawk or as a Sabre, especially a Sabre from a few years ago. Like, that guy is the biggest motor mouth in the NHL. I like cheering for him. Cheering against him is a nightmare. How many OTs are you committed to? The thought has crossed my mind, giggling cats. Here come the Lightning. Well, they might have something to say about it. Kucherov. That pass is blocked. Radish. Goncalves. Radish. That goes well wide. Newhook and point battling for it. Demidov. Oh, big hit by Matheson on Kucherov. Habs still struggling to get out of their own zone. It looks like they finally will, as both teams will go for a change. 9.5 minutes to go in the third. Gooley flips it into the Tampa zone. Gensel with it. That's probably going to be icing. Oh, Sorelli battling for it. No call. Sorelli with it. Is that not why we have hybrid icing? Sorelli on. Suzuki collects it, and the Habs get out of their zone. Gooley. Oh, boy. Yeah, it sounds like Craig Simpson doesn't really know why it wasn't icing either. Gooley. Hudson wants it. Hudson gets it. A super dumb USA chant is going off in Tampa for their team full of Canadians. Here comes Bolduc. Always smart and good when they do that. It's never dumb and weird. Struble. Did the feed just cut for you, Drew? It faded to black for a second there. Uh-oh. Doc. Habs barely onside. They shoot. Stop by Vasilevsky. Oh, it's in front. Battling for it is Jack-Eye. Tampa flips it out. Struble out of the reach. Dominic James hands it off. Turned over to Carrier. Perry lays into Carrier. Dominic James battling for it. Danault loses his stick. Good. Oh, my goodness. Good work from Matheson. He's still got to get out of his zone, though. He's being chased. Danault helps him. But Tampa has it in the neutral zone. Perry shovels it in. Habs have control. 7:10 to go in the third period. That's in the Tampa zone. Moser going at it with Evans. Point collects it and gets it out. That took an interesting bounce. Gooley up the ice. Finds a friendly stick with Newhook. Newhook strong on the puck. Newhook. Habs control it. Hudson has Kucherov on him. Newhook battling Moser. Demidov in there. Habs, I can't believe they still have control of the offensive zone here. Newhook. He's been a big part of this. It's at the point. Hudson on! Oh! Trickles along the goal mouth. Gooley shovels it. Kucherov gets out of the zone, gains center, and dumps it. Shifty from Hudson. Suzuki gets it. Rims that around. 6:05 to go in the third period. Bang! Covered up by Vasilevsky with exactly 6 minutes to go in the third. Whew! Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Went to a restaurant last night. They offered me and my wife water, and they said, still, sparkling, or Toronto's finest. I'm dumb enough that I didn't get the joke right away. And I was like, ooh, what's Toronto's finest? It's tap water. tap water. It's good though. Habs fans, is there a French or just a Habs version of Steve Dangle? The HFTV guys, kind of. They don't do exactly the same stuff, but they're, I get the impression, pretty popular. Love their stuff outside of the building. Does this game end 4-3 or 5-4? Drew says 4-3. Yeah, 4-3 win, though. You're going 5-3. You think Tampa gets an empty netter after they take the lead? Oh, my goodness. Freak 811. Steve, I would like to thank you for getting me back into hockey after I had been out for more than a decade. During COVID, I saw a few of your videos and it convinced me to watch again. So thanks. Thank you. Mon ami. I love hearing stuff like that, man. New Hook. Oh, they're going to redo that. Are they kicking out New Hook? Nope. Yes. Texier is going to take the ozone draw now. In another universe, I have a Bees fan, SDPN, says Colt. There was a guy, he did it for a while. He stopped. Struble. New Hook. Getting a lot of ice time here. He's looked great. Demidov battling for it. Speaking of looking great. Here comes Tampa. Can't find point. Was Gonsalves. Gonsalves chased all the way back to the... Whoa, Dobish! Stops Kucherov with 5:28 to go in the third. Freak 811. And because I am into it, my wife found out she likes hockey too. I love it. That's wonderful. God, keep going. And then we discovered a bunch of gold bars. Like, this just keeps getting better. Tampa wins the ozone draw here. Anderson hard after it. Matheson's been doing a good job with the D-zone retrievals, being hounded by Gergensons. Airmailed. Evans has to tag up, and he does. But Tampa has it. Moser. All the way down the ice. Almost swatted away. That'll be icing with a hair under 5 minutes to go in the third period here. Steve Dangle on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. It was a 5:45 start time. And I know producer Drew was like, oh, sweet. An early night. You fool. Nick Paul loses that draw in his own zone. Gooley. Caulfield taken down, gets back up. Battle behind the net. Slavkovsky on Hattie watch, as is Brandon Hagel. Nick Paul takes it. Good hounding there from Suzuki. Tampa gets out. Hudson has to get on his horse there. Over to Gooley. Slav. Oop. Slav, bit of a careless pass. He goes and gets it himself. 4:20 to go in the third. RJM says, great job all season. Merci beaucoup. Hudson just chilling with it. Hands it off. Here comes Oliver Kapanen. Doc, great move on Dominic James there. It's back at the point to Matheson. Matheson on through traffic. That doesn't make its way through. Weird bounce. Hagel, Hattie watch is blocked. Matheson up the ice to Carrier. And we'll get an offside call there. 3:42 to go in the third. We got a commercial break here. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Chat, I want names. Who's scoring the next goal? I want names. DJ. My wife became a massive Stars fan after we met. Only problem is she cheers for a particular team 6 times a year because she loves Scott Wedgwood. Oh. That could be interesting. Doug Tyman. Welcome to STP VIP ad free. We're getting a lot of answers. Mrs. Dangle, she might. Kucherov, Hagel, Caulfield, Suzuki, Caulfield, Cole Cauliflower, Nick Paul, Hagel, Hattie, Suzuki, Hudson, Goal Clutchfield, Hudson, Hagel, Slavzilla, Corey Perry, Gord. Francois Labelle says Cole Caulfield. Will Gallo, thanks for all the content this year. Helped my day go by faster for sure. We got to figure out a different name other than the Red Room for this setup, though. Yeah, we do. Le Bleu Blanc les Rouge Room? Could be. Could be. Puck is dropped. They did not show the face-off. 3:35 to go in the third period. Gensel down the ice. Hagel giving chase. He's got Hudson on him. Freak says, I just found out that if I had bet $100 on a parlay at season start that the Sabres would make the playoffs and the Leafs would finish bottom 5, I'd be $8,000 richer. That's crazy. But also, yeah, Drew says that's it. Francois Labelle, Le Forum. Here come the Lightning. They gain the zone with 3 minutes to go in the third period here. It's tied 3-3 in Tampa. Game 1, Montreal Canadiens, Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa creates a turnover. Habs chase them out of the zone. Radish all the way over the net. Gooley battling for it with Gergensons. Radish. Oh, that was a tricky shot. Goes well wide. Ends up on the stick of Moser. And that goes out of play. 2:24 to go in the third here. Oh, from Bonjuro. The Habitat. Zoo tie-in and everything. That's good content. That's good content. Lightning win that draw. Moser. Deep. Bagel. Rather, Gergensons, 28 and 38. That's the second time. Matheson. Dano. Puck gets away from him. He's struggling a bit in this game. Paul taken down, no call, and then he takes down to no call. Hey, merci beaucoup, Giggling Cat with 20 SDPN memberships. That is very generous of you. Thank you. And if you get gifted a membership, be sure to thank whoever did it. 1:40 to go in the third period. Habs out of their zone. Suzuki flips it in, gives chase against McDonough. Slaff in there. He's on Hattie watch. Jackeye, great cross ice pass as the Habs tag up. Gensel, great pass. Oh boy, he might have a lane here. Hagel in front. Dobish with the save, and he covers it up. We get a whistle. 1:09 to go in the third period here. Yeah, they ran Dobish there. Not too hard though. Not too hard. Drew goes, if that was Sam Bennett, Dobish just losing his mask. Yeah, and his consciousness. Giggling Cat, membership equals sorry I jinxed the overtime. Thank you. You are forgiven. There's 69 seconds to go in the third. Nick Paul, Jake Evans, puck is dropped. Kucherov on, there goes wide. It's off the back of the net. Paul has Evans on him. He's doing a good job, though. He's had a good third period. At the point, on. There's a rebound in front. Collected by Philip Deneau. To Matheson. Matheson with speed. Shovels it in. After a pretty dominant start, that puck goes out of play. They're going to have to put time back on the clock. After a pretty dominant start to the third period by Montreal, Tampa is taking this game back. 40.1 seconds to go in the third now. I thought they were going to put time back on the clock. The whistle was definitely late. I guess not. Maybe because it's tied. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 42.7 seconds. Your boy's wicked smart. New hook versus Cirelli. Cirelli wins it. Hard around. Hagel. That goes wide. Hagel has it behind the net. Nope, skips over his stick. Demidov on it. Where is it? Gensel is going to get called, and they call it. 20.5 seconds to go in the third. He swung at a puck high, made contact with a face. 20.5 seconds to go in the third. Montreal's going to get a power play. If they score, obviously they win the game. If they don't, they go to overtime with a power play. That was Gensel on Gooley. And it was a pretty stupid penalty. He doesn't get him in the face, though. It's still high sticking, yes. Sesame from Saint-Viateur. C'est Francois Lebel. Wow. What a moment. Montreal 2 for 4 with 7 shots. Attaboy, Gensel, attaboy, says Inside JC. Suzuki, Cirelli. Cirelli wins it. Suzuki goes and gets it. Tampa gets it. And I don't know how Montreal's going to score with the amount of time left on the clock here. Oh, maybe that's how. Caulfield gloves it in the neutral zone. Caulfield! Can't get the shot off. Drew, you knew it was always going to happen, bud. We're going to overtime. And Drew is beside himself. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. My friends, mes amis, we are going to overtime. Woo! Game 1, huh? I seem to remember Tampa playing a game 1 of a first round playoff series that went 5 overtimes. Drew, do you remember that? I'm not down for that, like, at all. So here's what people don't remember about that game is it started in the afternoon. Like, very early afternoon. And there was another game that was supposed to start, and I'm pretty sure they moved it to the next day. It ended, like, just in time for that game to start, but they had already made the decision, like, we're just gonna have to delay it. Remember that? I remember that. I assume it's a full intermission, right? Yeah. Do you have another clip? Oh, why don't you throw up the bracket challenge? Because your boy needs a little bit of a break. In the chat, let me know who's getting the OT winner. And is Montreal about to end this game with a power play goal? Stanley Cup Playoff Bracket Challenge. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. We're going to do a Spark Playoff Bracket. And I just want you to know, if I don't pick your team, it's because I hate you and your cat, but not your dog. First series, we're going to look at the Colorado Avalanche against the LA Kings. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm pandering. I haven't decided yet, but I actually kind of think the LA Kings are going to do a little bit better than people expect. This is the National Hockey League. We saw a 62-win team lose not very long ago, and we saw a 65-win team lose even less long ago. It's a hard league to win in, and it's a really hard league to sweep in for everyone saying, oh, sweep, oh, they're going to win in 3. That doesn't happen. Well, there was that one time in 2020, but that doesn't happen. The LA Kings have not been a good playoff team in recent memory, but low-key, they're not playing the Edmonton Oilers. And also, Adrian Kempe has been an incredible playoff player for the LA Kings. If you don't count his first foray in the playoffs when he was a sophomore, he has 29 points in his last 24 Stanley Cup playoff games, including 10 points in 6 games last year. I think Artemi Panarin has fit in like a glove. I think Scott Lawton has been an excellent replacement for Philip Deneau, and they're actually using him properly, a concept I simply can't relate to. But let's be honest, at the end of the day, the Colorado Avalanche have basically every advantage they possibly could over this team. Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar. Do I have to continue getting the band back together as well? I give the Kings probably a couple more wins than a lot of people give them. Avalanche in 6. Next series, the potential Western Conference Final in the first round. Thanks, Gary, between the Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild. This is the kind of series that I have to think is going 7 because I badly want it to go 7. If it was legal, I wish it could go for 9. This is exactly the kind of series that I think is going to go for 7 because I want it to go for 7. And if it wasn't against the rules, I wish this league would go for 9 games, but it won't. Again, thanks, Gary. A lot of this comes down to who is actually healthy and who is playing at less than 100%. And it seems like the Dallas Stars have more of those guys. They have home ice advantage, and that's something that they earned. But how's Miro Heiskanen? How's Rope Hintz? There's a lot of important questions regarding important parts of their team. Now, the Dallas Stars did go all the way to the Western Conference Final essentially without Miro Heiskanen, and they also did it without Jason Robertson, which is Herculean in itself. Notably, the Minnesota Wild did not have Quinn Hughes last year. Huge wrench in all of this. And it's the playoffs. Yeah, Dallas might have more depth than Minnesota. I would argue that they do. But in the playoffs, You play your stars like half an hour a night if you have to. I think this year, this time of year, is when we get too caught up in, well, who has the stronger 1 through 6? Okay, no. Start with who has the stronger 1. Quinn Hughes is the strongest 1 in this series. No disrespect to Miro Heiskanen at all. After that, you have who is the stronger group. Probably give it to Dallas. Up front, because of the middle of the ice, I would give it to Dallas. But Minnesota is built for a certain style. I think they're going to try to wear Dallas down. And the health status of Roope Hintz, I think, is going to be an enormous factor in this series. If Hintz is in, I have a way easier time giving it to Dallas. He might not be. Jake Ottinger is incredible. The two-headed monster that the Wild have in net is incredible. Again, I wish this could be a 13-game series. It's going to go 7, and I am going to give it to Dallas. Fun series right here. Utah, Vegas. Now, this is one that I wish would go 7. I don't think it is. Who on earth is going to make a save for the Vegas Golden Knights? All their goalies over the course of the year have let them down at some point or another. They have Aiden Hill, who they won a Stanley Cup with. He's looked awful. Akira Schmidt has actually been their most consistent goalie. And then there's Carter Hart, who, after an absolutely terrible start to the season, and he got injured, he's 11-3-3 and succeeding under John Tortorella. Speaking of which, John Tortorella, that guy. He, at the time I'm shooting this, hasn't lost in regulation. That's pretty good. Utah has underrated depth. Utah has underrated top end talent. Utah has underrated scoring ability, goaltending, and defense. I think they're underrated across the board. But Vegas, despite their relatively mediocre season by their own standards, can't be overlooked. Anything other than respect would be disrespect. Mark Stone has been unbelievable all season, somehow setting a career high in points, but especially down this stretch. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. I've been steadfast in saying I don't think Marner should be playing center, but it's obvious he can do it well enough that the Vegas Golden Knights can win games doing it. They also have the option to simply let an elite right winger play right wing for them. Utah is going to give them a lot more fight than people give them credit for, but at the end of the day, it's the Vegas Golden Knights, and experience wins out. Vegas in 6. Edmonton Oilers versus the Anaheim Ducks. The Orange Bowl. Is there already a thing called? There is? Okay, well, I don't know what to call it then. Listen, this would have been a tougher one to call a little while ago. Listen, the Ducks have been such a good story all year. Cutter Gauthier getting 40 points. 40 points! Flyers fans say, no, he's not capable of 40 points, but no, 40 goals. But they really didn't impress me over the past month. They kind of sagged into the playoffs a little bit. The Edmonton Oilers have question marks? Yes. Do they always have question marks? Also, yes. They are, for my money, the best team to watch in the NHL year in and year out. Their games are never done. That's a compliment and a diss. They can't hold a lead, and you can't hold a lead against them. They are entertainment. The only way, to me, the Ducks make any kind of noise in this series if they're extremely physical in the first game or two, and if Lucas Dostal absolutely steals games for them. If they can't do that, Edmonton in 5. Moving on to the Eastern Conference, this is a really fun one. The Buffalo Sabres taking on the Boston Bruins. It's so fascinating to me that I don't know. Well, you definitely can't call Buffalo the experienced one here, but Boston are the young underdogs. At least that's the perception. Yes, there's some DNA there, obviously. David Pastrnak, Charlie McAvoy, Jeremy Swayman's been there. That's important. Here's the thing about the Buffalo Sabres. They've gotten a lot of criticism this year, or one of the knocks against them, at very least, is that they play pond hockey, and they haven't exactly been analytical darlings. Yeah, they win every game. Since December 17th, have you noticed that they win basically every game? Do they, kind of allow a lot of shots and scoring chances? Yeah. Did you notice the part where they win every game? Listen, the Boston Bruins are a really good team, and they're built for this. Marco Sturm's team is built for this. Pastrnak is built for this, and McAvoy is built for this, and Swayman is built for this. And I'm excited to see Fraser Minten play playoff hockey for an Atlantic Division team. like I always have been. But I think it'd be total disrespect to not give this series to the Sabres, and I'm going to give it to them in 6 games. Now for the series that I'm going to be streaming on the SDPN YouTube channel every single game, the Montreal Canadiens taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. It feels like every year I am either streaming a Habs series, a Lightning series, or a series with Corey Perry in it. Sometimes more than one of those at the same time. This year will be no different because Corey Perry is back. I'm fascinated by the role that Arbor Jacki plays in this series, and that might be a crazy person to go to first, but it's the playoffs. It's a factor. Yeah, the Lightning have Scott Sabourin. Is he gonna play? We're always looking for the young team who got a little taste to take the next step. If we're just purely going for this team with a ton of experience who's awesome versus the young team who has very little experience, if we're just going by that, obviously the Tampa Bay Lightning have the advantage. But every great young team that has ever been worth remembering has had a playoff run where they pushed through to the next level. The Pittsburgh Penguins, the first time they made the playoffs with Sidney Crosby, got rocked. This series is going the distance. This series is going to be feisty. This series is going to be exhausting. This series is going to be high octane. I think there's going to be a lot of goals going both ways. Tampa has a real decided advantage in net, despite the fact that Jakub Dobiš has been pretty good recently. But because of some of the health uncertainty on the Tampa Bay Lightning and how beat up some of their guys have been over the course of the season, I'm going to give this series, maybe against my better judgment, in 7 games to the Montreal Canadiens. Ottawa, Carolina. That's the series that Jesse Blake is going to be streaming. I should have mentioned earlier that Adam Wilde is going to be doing Edmonton, Anaheim. This is a fun series. You're the Carolina Hurricanes, right? You won your division by a country mile. You're incredible. You've been there basically every year. Everyone overlooks you. And guess what? They're going to do it again this year because you're playing pretty much the team league-wide that you don't want to play right now. The Ottawa Senators, they've been incredible. They can score. They've been getting saves. We'll see if that holds up because Linus Ullmark's career in the playoffs is not good. Don't take it from me, taken from literally the numbers. But if they get saves, the Sens are going to be a tough nut to crack. Guys like Shane Gostisbehere and Keandre Miller, and I think about a guy like Taylor Hall, who's been blown up many times in his NHL career. These first couple games is going to be perilous with the Ottawa Senators, man. A couple of the guys I was so impressed with last year in the Sens first round series with the Leafs were Shane Pinto, really underrated. He stepped it up. And also Dylan Cousins, and he's only gotten better. That is the workhorse from Whitehorse that we were sold many years ago. But Svechnikov, after a tough start, incredible for the Hurricanes. Ehlers, after kind of a tough start, incredible for the Hurricanes. The real question for both teams is going to come down to net. In Ottawa, it's got to be Ullmark. Big bagel discourse in the chat. Steve Dangle here on the SCPN YouTube channel. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell your friends. So the poll question is, what was it again, Drew? What are your go-to bagel toppings? What is the best bagel topping? So it's cream cheese, urban garlic cream cheese, which I think is cheating. That's just cream cheese. Yes, it's 2 different kinds. Well, like, we got to add cheddar bacon in there. Where's the cutoff? Cheddar bacon's unreal. Just slice of cheddar and pepperoni, peanut butter. I don't know where pepperoni came from. Okay. Peanut butter is not the winner, but when paired with sesame seed, peanut butter on an everything bagel is crazy. That's your go-to? I do like it cheddar. It's got to be urban garlic. I had 2 bagels this past week. I had 2 lox bagels. Love a lox bagel. Damn. We're about to return for overtime, but like I'm ready to talk about this. What's that? Fruity cream cheese? Like what? Blueberry cream. I could see that being okay. I wouldn't go for it though. I'd sooner have like a blueberry bagel and put cream cheese on it, but even that, I don't know. Meme Empress, I know what microwave tastes like because of a bagel. What? Francois Lebel, only real bagels come from Montreal, maybe New York City. And Albrecht, you are crazy putting peanut butter is for cinnamon raisin. Broaden your horizons, my friend. Game 1. Overtime. 3-3 Montreal Tampa. Montreal begins overtime of game 1 on the power play. The puck is about to be dropped. Cirelli versus Suzuki. Puck is dropped for overtime and Suzuki wins it back to Hudson. Steeson says strawberry cream cheese is low-key amazing. I could see that. Like, I mean, strawberry cheesecake is unreal. Tampa. Oh, boy. Oh, they almost had a shorthanded attempt there. Wes Richard, thank you for the 5 STPM memberships. Here comes Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield. Good job getting it to Suzuki. Suzuki has it bounce on him a little bit. Slavkovsky. Hudson. Suzuki. Can't get it to Hudson. Oh, again, nearly a breakaway. Habs go back and collect. It's a stuck pixel. Says savory is better than sweet for bagels. And my brother does Miracle Whip and blueberry waffles. All right. Oh, all right. Suzuki. Demidov. Can't be distracted by that nonsense. Hudson. Down low. Caulfield and that puck goes out of play. We're a minute into overtime. 41 seconds left in this power play for Montreal. Vasi read that all the way. Top unit stays out there. Unbelievable that a game this high octane, really good defense on both sides. The shots are only 23-19. Martin St. Louis taking a timeout here. You know what? Yeah. Why are you saving it? And also, how many more power plays are there going to be in this overtime? The answer is probably 0. There's risk involved, but like you're taking advantage of what you have. Drew says salmon on a bagel is disgusting. I mean, get out of here. Get out of here. Oh. Yeah, but are you like a big seafood guy? You love sushi? Nah, that's not what I asked you. You like salmon? Okay. So I like seafood. Like all of it. Yeah, the raw salmon. You don't like sashimi? Anyway, face off. Tampa gets rid of it off the draw. Dobish plays it to Hudson. Coming out of the timeout. That's big. That's big for Tampa there. Here comes Suzuki with speed. Stops up. Hudson. Slav. He scores! Yuri Slavkovsky! Hat trick! Hat trick! Hat trick! Ma parole! The overtime winner! Yuri Slavkovsky! 4-3! Montreal! Game 1! The timeout was the call. Yuri Slavkovsky had to start the playoffs, and he just beats Andrei Vasilevsky straight up. I don't think that was deflected at all. That's a great shot, and the Habs take one on the road in Tampa. That's a big win, a big performance, and Montreal leads this thing 1-0. Giggling Cat, thank you for 20 SDPN memberships. Francois Lebel, thank you for 10 SDPN memberships. Crash Test Fetus, he has arrived. Lord have mercy. Slavkovsky is not a bust. Shane Wright Hen, oh man. Wow, wow, wow. Jake Gensel. In the box during the defeat. Unfortunate. Yuri Slavkovsky, Drew just gave me a stat. Where did you get that from? They said it on the broadcast. I obviously missed it. Yuri Slavkovsky, first player to ever get 3 power play goals in a playoff game for the Montreal Canadiens. I was about to say that feels impossible. That still feels impossible. For the Montreal Canadiens, the team that is the reason for penalties, goals ending a penalty. That's crazy. Angela Bug, merci beaucoup for 10 STPN memberships. Yuri Slavhatsky, choo choo. Rusty, I used to dream of having offense like this growing up as a Habs fan in the late 90s and 2000s. It's arrived. Keep your draft picks and use them well, and good things will follow. Montreal 4, Tampa 3 in game 1. You know what's going to be really fun? So here's the thing. Watch for this. Watch for this. It hasn't happened yet. It's 9:04 p.m. Eastern. It has not happened yet. It is about to happen. Get ready for it, okay? John Cooper. Yes. 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 It hasn't happened yet. John Cooper cannot let the narrative be Dobish. He can't let the narrative be Slavkovsky. He can't let the narrative be Tampa lost. He can't let the narrative be Montreal won. The narrative is going to be the calls. I'm telling you. And you're going to be like, what does he have to complain about? Oh, don't worry. He'll find it. If anyone can find it, it's him. He is a conductor, and the media are his orchestra. Trust me, the story coming out of this game, the narrative coming out of this game, out of John Cooper's mouth, is going to be the calls. Mark it in ink. Drew, am I right or right? He's yeah. And like, it's going to be tricky because like, okay, it's definitely high sticking on Gensel. Does it be Gooley sold it? That's what I'd be doing because he did. It's definitely a high stick, but he sold it. He didn't get hit in the face. Not from the angle we saw. Maybe he did. Deadpool Deadpool says Vasi was way out of position over and over tonight. He didn't look very good on that OT winner. Like, that's a good shot from Slavkovsky, but like Vasi was over. Rub Steve's belly for luck. Doctor recommended. If Cooper was if Cooper was OJ's prosecutor, OJ would be in jail. That's crazy. Andrina Gray says, here comes the choo-choo. That's crazy. That's crazy. What's the matter with you? Oh my God. John Cooper's 58. Like when did he become a prosecutor? Yes, true. Lightning fans were chanting USA, USA in the third before overtime. All three of their goals were scored by Canadians. And Drew, you left something out. Who was in the box? Jake Gensel. They let you down. I feel bad. I do feel bad for Americans who are embarrassed by that. It's dumb. It's always been dumb. It's just something that happens. Whatever. It's dumb in general. It's especially dumb in hockey. It's especially dumb with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Cirelli was supposed to be on the Canadian Olympic team. Hagel was on the Canadian Olympic team. He had 2 goals. Like what is it? Gensel and McDonough? There might be some other depth guys. Whatever. John Cooper? How could I forget that? How could I forget that? We don't claim Floridians as crazy. They couldn't point out Slovakia on a map. Hey, you said it, not me. There's a guy who goes around his office and just asks people what like a flag is or what like, hey, what's this country on a map? And I'm like, ugh, I could do that. And then I'm like, ooh, I actually can't do that. I do not wish to pursue the OJ jokes any further. It is Barstool. It is Barstool. But I don't know who's the guy. There's a guy who walks around the office and he's like, "What is this country's flag?" Or like, yeah, and when you get it wrong, he goes, "No, no." I'm not gonna lie. There's a bunch of them. They should all get. How many countries are in North America? Well, that one's tricky though, because like, well, I don't think everyone knows what constitutes North America. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, fair point. That is a problem. It is also taught differently, like in certain places. I got into an argument with Andrei Osadchenko, who I used to do KHL content with, and I was talking about Europe and Asia. He's like, Eurasia, it's a continent, and I go, well, it's 2 though. It's Europe and Asia, and he's like, well, no, where's the break? And I was like, oh, I hadn't really thought of it like that, but I was always taught Europe and Asia. But anyway, bridle on the PP. I don't know what that means. Is that a nickname for Slavkovsky I don't know about? Oh, brutal. Okay, so here's something you got to know about the super chats going forward. You're gonna want to check before you press send because the autocorrect in super chats is haunted by demons. I don't know why, but they do. Mevode. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Slavzilla. How about it, eh? When is the next game? It's Tuesday, right? I believe so. This series has a very odd schedule. It's spread out. I'm looking it up right now. So, here it is. So, today, obviously, Sunday. They play Tuesday. Then it's 2 days off, and they play Friday in Montreal. They don't play Saturday. They play Sunday again. That one is at 7 o'clock in Montreal. Game 5, if necessary, I assume it will be Wednesday in Tampa. Game 6, if necessary, will be Friday, May 1st in Tampa, followed by another Sunday. A maximum of 3 Sunday games, which, as someone who plays beer league on Sunday, I hate it. Tonight was my team's second game, and I've missed both games. So wait. Next week, my game is 5:15 to 6:15. So Drew and everyone, I'm letting you know, I am playing that damn game. I'm not missing 3 straight. It's 5:15 to 6:15. The Habs game is at 7, and the arena's down the street. It's down the street. No, so I'm gonna go like this, like Bruce Almighty, just take my stuff off. I'm gonna leave as fast as possible, and I'll stream Stinky if I have to. I'll probably shower, but I'll stream Stinky if I have to. Rafast says choo choo. Shane Wright could never. How dare you? Giggling Cat. The North America and Eurasia thing, you need to specify political or continental. There's a difference, and after a while, most of us remember the Caribbean is on our continent. And like, what is the Caribbean part of then? I don't know the answer to that. Is that North America? Central America? It's North America? So Cuba is North America. I'm 38. Learned that for the first time. Had never heard that before. I believe you. I accept it as true. Why do I think Jamaica plays Canada in CONCACAF? I've never been like, oh, Canada's playing Jamaica, therefore they're part of North America. Like, it's just, you're giving me too much credit, Drew. I've never thought about it. Slavzilla for the win. Call him Slav Yager, says Hell Roast. Gooley high stick call. They missed the puck and hard hacked him in the neck, like painfully so, not a sell. Well, I just saw his head snap back, but maybe you're right. It doesn't matter. You know, they won. I'm not besmirching Gooley. Mark Anthony, thanks for the stream, Steve. Go Habs, go. Oh, merci beaucoup. I watched in 1993 where the Habs won the cup, says Cavern. So did I. I was 5. Man, what a game. That was unreal. Justin, don't send me that stuff. Don't put it on the screen, but it's. He sent me a photo of John Cooper behind the wheel of a white Ford Bronco. You're going to hell. You're all going to hell. You're all. What's the matter with all of you? Can I jinx this Bruins shutout? Drew, I have terrible news. I've never been able to do it before. Colt. The one thing I didn't think would happen to Buffalo is they get shut out, so that's pretty surprising. Caribbean is North America, just like Japan is in Asia. I'm not going to fight you on it. Gary loves this format because of end of the year race, but they weren't prepared to schedule the series because matchups weren't set. Now, weird scheduling. Yeah, I don't know. You start to live a happier life when you stop expecting anything of the NHL. Hockey's great. People who run the sport are monsters. Freak, off topic. Did you know that Lesnar left his gear in the ring after losing to... Did he lose? Yeah, I'm done with him. It's good that he lost. Obafemi losing would be among the dumbest decisions in WWE history. Choo choo, says Ja 3188. Cooper never would have even mentioned the glove. The glove. Oh. It did take too long for me to connect. Listen, my wife and I went out. So it's Adam's wife's 40th. We got invited out for drinks. I can't drink right now because of the ulcer. So I was driving. The event began at 10 for a 40-year-old. Yes, for a 40-year-old. And my wife and I are both 38. We have 2 kids, round up as 40, you know. Adam and his wife arrived at 10:45. So we stayed out late. I am tired. 10 p.m. Was that? Adam's never been on time. And like that's coming from me who like I know I'm bad. I'm bad. But like Adam used to be late for our show when he lived across the street. Like you don't understand. When we recorded at Rogers and he lived literally across the street, he would be late. He'd be, oh, yeah, it's the elevator. I'm like, bro, you live across the street. Oh, my God. Love him, though. We had a great time. Steve is on time-ish. Adam is not. Steve's a wild card. I've been pretty good recently. Generally, pretty good recently. Being late is so rude. I know. Which is why I'm trying. I'm making an effort. I'm doing my best. And like sometimes, like, I don't know. We're talking like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, traffic. Leave earlier. It is difficult because like I'm working a lot of nights. Then I got to get up. And then Drew knows how it is. It sucks, dude. You're like, all right. Do I prioritize being on time or prioritize my brain not liquefying? Jesse's absolutely the responsible one. You wouldn't even have to ask us. We would admit it. Drew, would you like to continue for another half an hour? No, I'm kidding. Would you like to wrap it up? He's like, I'll just leave the computer. It's fine. Wow. What a stream. What a game. Juraj Slafkovsky. Hat trick. Montreal even had a goal called back. Struggle big time in the second period. The second period's about as bad a period of hockey as you can play in a playoff series, and Montreal came out with a win. A comeback win, no less. Technically. They were down 2-1. Slav huge ski. This is Carl Brito. Buffalo's outshooting Boston 28-13. And it's still 1-0. There's a full period to play, though. That is crazy. I think it's crazier that Zadorov got a point. fantasy hockey. Let me just point something out. If you're in a league that counts hits, Yakov Trenin had 13 in game 1. I had both Trenin and Boldy. It was a good night. Hey, my friends. I'll look into a Habs jersey. Relax. I have something arriving tomorrow. Remember, if you were here from the beginning of the stream, my friends, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends. Join me Tuesday for game 2 right here on the SDPN YouTube channel.